High snap, play action, Nichols underneath, caught, gets away from one tackler, gets away from two tacklers, down the sidelines, one man to beat, stutter step, getting away to the end zone, number 8, Dylan Talley, touchdown, Bowie.
Robertson in motion, Craven's back to pass, goes across the middle, Ghostin holds it in, he's gonna go to the touchdown, to the house, Cravens to Ghostin, Colt, touchdown!
As a tight end, pulls a guard, Barrett finds the hole, follows the pulling guard, cuts outside, bounces outside to the 20, 10, 15, 5, touchdown, Bowers, touchdown, Bowie!
And folks, we have history at Haltom. Danny Bustamante has just pitched a no-hit, no-run, no-walk shutout. A perfect game for Danny Bustamante.
Rios looks at Alvarado and turns home. It's going to that left field gap. That's a base hit. Here comes Axel Alvarado. The Colts are going to take the lead in the top of the 7th on the base hit by Gannon Howard. Burkle out of position. They've got to pass, and they've got to go! Patomeco with the pass. Miralrio has a bit of a look. Shot on goal, and he gets it in! Two tight end set here as we go to the left-hand side with B.J. Rogers. Rogers is into the second level. B.J. Rogers to midfield. One man trying to catch up to him, but he will not. Number 6 in for 6. That will do it.
This broadcast is under intellectual property and may not be repurposed or reproduced without express written consent. Enjoy this presentation from Zach Arnold Productions, Energetic Media Solutions.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here for a district matchup between two teams that know each other very well, the South Grand Prairie Gophers and the Bowie Volunteers. And Zach will be bringing you the game today in game day in the city of Grand Prairie, broadcasting live from South Grand Prairie High School. This is Zap Baseball presented to you by John Wade Roofing. The pregame show coming up right after this.
Are you a small business owner looking for reliable insurance coverage? Or perhaps you're navigating the complexities of Medicare? Look no further. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned, independent insurance agency with over 50 years of experience with tailored insurance solutions for small businesses and their owners. Whether you need home and auto, business insurance, or individual or group medical, Chapman Cornelius has knowledgeable agents who will help you select just what you need. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott at 817-265-3346.
John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
We are back here in South Grand Prairie for a opening matchup between the South Grand Prairie Warriors and the Bowie Volunteers. This is the final week of district play, ladies and gentlemen, in District 8-6A. And the South Grand Prairie Warriors are coming in with a good record. They lead the District 8-6A in first place, while the Bowie Volunteers are in 5th, looking to try to fight their way into the playoffs. We'll see what we can get out of it tonight with the playoffs just about set for District 8-6A. This is Jot Holly bringing you the call with Chaz Melton on my right and Cameron Wilcox on my left. Breakdown of District 8-6A. South Grand Prairie, they are the number 1 seed. They are looking to stay the number 1 seed. With the win tonight, they will be crowned district champions outright for the first time since 2022. That is 4 years ago. The last 2 times they've been district champions, they have shared conference different titles. Last year they shared it with Arlington. Arlington ended up with the 1 seed. A few years ago, Arlington ended up with the 3 seed, but then they ended up sharing it with South Grand Prairie in a year that multiple teams were 11-3. So this year, South Grand Prairie looking to win outright district championships. The number 2 seed is the Arlington Colts. They will play tomorrow. They were rained out over at Martin, and they will play the 3 seed, the Martin Warriors. The winner of that series will most likely be the 2 seed. If Arlington wins, they will be the 2 for sure. If Martin wins the series outright, they will be the 2 seed. The 4 seed is the Lamar Vikings. They will take on the Grand Prairie Gophers this week. And the 5 seed right now currently looking outside looking in, the Bowie Volunteers, and that's who we are here to see. The Bowie Volunteers try to win this series against the South Grand Prairie Warriors to clinch potentially a four spot over the Lamar Vikings. Cameron, it's the final week of baseball. What are you looking for tonight between the Warriors and the Volunteers?
Well, that's what I was looking for. Just trying to see if these guys are going to go ahead and well, Bowie, if Bowie's going to go ahead and pull it out and make their way into the playoffs. I mean, we've had the opportunity to see these guys go a couple of different times together, and unfortunately, you know, it's come down to these last two games against the #1 team in the district. And like you said, you were saying a pretty good record. I mean, they're doing pretty a little bit better than pretty good when they're winning the district, right?
Right, they have one loss in district play. That was here to the Arlington Colts in a game that me and Zach were here to watch a few weeks ago. They have yet to lose another game. Arlington is 9-3. They have three losses, one to South Grand Prairie in the series they split. One to the Volunteers that we are here to watch, and then one last week in a surprising loss to the Grand Prairie Gophers in a game that the Gophers went out and they fought hard. They got a 4-2 win, and they kind of put South Grand Prairie in the spot now that you win and you're district champions outright. So we're looking at a potential district championship game. We got a chance, Zap did, being Pops, to see these two same high schools, but in football for the district championship. And Bowie ended up winning that district championship in football over the South Grand Prairie Warriors. So the Warriors looking for a little payback tonight on the Volunteers.
Right, as we see Andrew Vega jump up on the mound to try and see if he can secure a victory here tonight. Of course, you know, they have a couple of different guys in the lineup, like Christian Uribe, Roman Ortega, you know, and Andrew Vega, you know, trying to help himself out in the sixth spot. Those guys in the middle of that lineup, of that batting order, they really need to go ahead and put that pressure on the South Grand Prairie defense today.
Yeah, this is a defense that's very good for South Grand Prairie too. With Dalen Brooks, the center fielder, he's not just a center fielder, he's the starting quarterback for the football team. He's very athletic out there in center. They got guys like Zach Shepler at first. You got Julian Guerrero behind the plate. We got a chance to see him a few weeks ago. He's very explosive. He's got a great arm, hard to run on. But the Volunteers got good speed with Isaiah Piper and Jackson Turner and Darian Brown. So they're going to give Guerrero a run for his money tonight. And it's gonna be a great, exciting game to watch. South Grand Prairie is looking to win district for the first time since 22. Bowie's looking to make it to the playoffs back-to-back seasons for the first time in a long time. First time under Coach Johnson. They made it last year, and this series last year was different because the two teams had built an extreme kind of rivalry. The high schools are kind of rivals in the sense of they share that border on I-20, and then they fight for some of the same kids. So the football team, the baseball team, basketball team, a lot of these kids grow up together even though they're different cities apart, but they're right down Mayfield from each other, right down New York and Collins and Sublin and I-20 from each other. So these kids know each other pretty well.
And we're going to see that tonight, that competitive spirit.
As we're going to get a chance to see the Bowie Volunteers lineup coming down the pipe here, and this on the Chapman Cornelius pregame show. We're going to start off with Jackson Turner, the speedy shortstop. He'll be leading off for the Volunteers. Behind him in the second spot, Micah Couch is playing left field. Playing third, Christian Uribe, the captain of this team. In fourth, and he's playing first, his counterpart, Ramon Ortega. Batting fifth, the pitcher, Andrew Vega. Batting sixth, Josue Martinez, the second baseman. Batting seventh, he's going to be DHing tonight, Idom Fiorentino. Batting eighth, Raul Sanchez, who'll be behind the plate. And batting ninth, the right fielder, Darian Brown. And in center field, who's not batting tonight, Isaiah Piper, who we got a chance to see a few weeks ago, gunned down a runner at Lamar. No hop on the throw. Beautiful throw from center field. Piper will be in center field for the Volunteers. Cameron, before we see the team from the Warriors, anything that that sticks out tonight from the Volunteers coming in, winning 4 of the last 5? Anything that sticks out for you tonight for Bowie?
Well, I mean, I've already said it. That middle of the lineup, they need to go ahead and get those bats going. And I know that they like to manufacture runs at the beginning and try and get out to a good lead. But if they get those sticks going early, it's going to be a lot of problems for that South Grand Prairie defense. And if you like, I'll go ahead and introduce some of these guys. If you look at their lineup here, I'm going to go ahead and go in their order when they'll coming up to bat. And I'm going to start with their center fielder that we just spoke about, Daleon Brooks. He's going to be playing center field. In the second spot, J.C. Lucio playing second base. Zach Shepler at first base. Julian Guerrero, the catcher. Isaac Berkman, left field. Michael Maggart is going to be the DH for our third baseman, Carson Vasquez. At right field, we have Brandon Mountcastle. At shortstop, Juan Ramirez. And pitching tonight on the mound, Anthony Banzan. So I'm very curious how they're going to go ahead and tackle that defense and see if they can get started early, Jason.
And this is a team in South Grand Prairie coming off a perfect game win over Haltom on Friday. The Volunteers end up getting a big win over the Vikings at home at the ballpark of Bowie. 4-3 on a walk-off, bases-loaded walk to Andrew Vega, tonight's starter. So both of these teams are riding high. Obviously, South Grand Prairie only has one loss. That was back to Arlington weeks ago here at Warrior Park. The Volunteers have won 4 of their last 5. So there's going to be a lot of interesting things here, a lot of dynamics we're looking at tonight. And don't forget, you want to talk about dynamics. I can tell you about our dynamic pregame sponsors. That is Chapman Cornelius Fans. The pregame show is presented to you by Chapman Cornelius Insurance Inc., a family-owned business with a team of professionals who have served the Arlington area for over 50 years. So don't let insurance be a headache. Call Chapman Cornelius, and they can help you create a custom insurance plan tailored to your small business needs and budget. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott today at 817-265-3346 or go to www.chapman-cornelius.com. They are our dynamic pregame sponsors. Chapman Cornelius, they've sponsored all pregames for us this year as we are going to get ready for the national anthem. We're going to me and Cameron are going to step aside, let you listen to the national anthem. We'll be back on the other side of this. As we're back here to South Grand Prairie High School, that was the national anthem played at Warrior Park as the Warriors defense is coming out for the top of the first inning. And we're excited to have some late district action baseball for you. For Bowie, you need to keep winning. For South Grand Prairie, you win. You are district champions. Coach, I had a chance to ask both coaches how they feel. Both coaches have excitement. Coach Yoda for the Warriors, he's excited about today's game. His team looked good. He said that this team is playing hot, and they hope they continue the momentum and not get too not get too hot-headed, level-headed coming into today's game. They want to make sure that they're calm, cool, and collected because they know what's on the line for the Volunteers. Coach Johnson came in, said they had a good week of practice. They're riding a high, winning 4 of the last 5, and how Friday ended, they feel the momentum there. They're hoping to get a win. They're hoping for a good game, get the bats out there swinging early, and see if they can get a win. As it is 7:02, and we are waiting for first pitch.
Yeah, we got old Jackson Turner in the on-deck circle over here, getting a good look at Banzan, trying to lead this this Vols team into a base runner early on and quick. So that, like I said, that middle of the lineup can do a little damage here early and get that pitch count up on Banzan.
As we're going to see Jackson Turner leading off for the Bowie Volunteers. Behind him, Micah Couch, and then batting third, Christian Uribe. 1, 2, 3 for the Volunteers on what was a rainy night. What was a rainy night? A rainy day. Sorry, it's not night anymore. It's calm, cool, and collected tonight. But
It's a little bit of
day.
a little bit of a drizzle here coming down, but not nothing that's going to stop any progress.
As Anthony Bazan is on the mound, fans, before this pitch, let us let you know that our first pitch sponsors are brought to you by Modern West Windows and Doors. Open up your home to new possibilities with Modern West Windows. And see, they are our first pitch sponsors, as the first pitch to Jackson Turner is a ball 1. And that's how we're going to get the game started here for the Volunteers. As the 1-0 is high, eye level high to Jackson Turner. Quick 2-0. Jackson Turner, one of the speedy veterans on this team. He's a senior. Last season he had double-digit stolen bases. This year he's on base to do the same. As he looks at a call, strike, 2-1. One of the players that have always excited me seeing him here for Bowie the last few seasons that we've had a chance to watch him. Very good out there with the bat. Very good eye level, eye look. He's patient.
That's what I was going to say. He took that first pitch, and, me and you have called a couple of different games where, the batters don't always take that first pitch. They usually attack very often on that first pitch, and, that was something that we saw earlier on in the season. But now that this season is almost to an end, we see a lot of batters trying to work that count and trying to, get base runners on by any means possible.
As we're looking at a chance to maybe get one here. Full count to Jackson Turner to start the game off against Anthony Bazan, the pitcher for the South Grand Prairie Warriors. As Turner's in the batter's box, he waits for the 3-2. That ball swung on. Good jolt. That is down the right field line. It is going to bounce by the right fielder. It's going to make it all the way to the wall. 3-0-2. Jackson's running first, going to second, and he's going to get in with a leadoff stand-up double for Jackson Turner.
Yeah, he went the other way with that against that left-hander, and he hit it really hard down the line, threw his hands out, fat potted the bat on the ball, and it shot out there into right field, into the corner.
A few weeks ago versus Halton, we had a chance to see him hit that triple doing the same thing, pushing it out to the opposite side field, right down the right field line. Jackson starting the game off there, doing it just the way he did before with that double as Micah Couch steps in with the runner already on second. As the first pitch breaking ball finds a spot in the zone for strike 1.
Yeah, it looked like Mountcastle was actually playing a little bit off the line, so he had to run pretty far to go track down that ball. Good job getting it back in to hold Turner to a double.
As the 0-1's going to miss, 1-1. That's like you, and it's great. It's 3-0-2 down the right field line, 325 to the left field line. So, but Jackson put a good jolt in it, and that's 3-0-2. That's a long run because he made it all the way to the wall on the roll before Mountcastle can throw it back in. Jackson has speed to make that a triple. The 1-1 to Couch. Check swing. Call the strike anyways, 1-2. The umpire tonight has a much quicker release than what we saw last week versus Lamar.
Yeah.
Where he takes a methodical approach as he's calling the strike. Tonight he's very aggressive with it. He's ready. He knows his mind is made up. The 1-2, Couch's mind is made up. That ball is hit. Mountcastle's going to catch it on the fly. Jackson's going to tag up, and he is. We're waiting for the call from the umpire. I think he's safe from the throw. And he's going to be safe on that tag up for Jackson.
Yeah, Mountcastle came up throwing on the routine fly ball out there to right field. He did make an actually pretty good throw. It looked like it was a pretty good timing throw. Unfortunately, it was off target, bringing that third baseman over there, Vasquez, off the bag. So when Turner slid in head first, he was already automatically safe.
Yeah.
No tag was
It looked like
placed.
a good throw by Mountcastle, but as we see the first pitch to Uribe, the third baseman, it's me in outside, doesn't hit the zone, ball one. Yeah, Jackson had good speed there. Mountcastle wasn't going to get him unless it was a perfect
Perfect
throw.
throw. Mm-hmm.
Already on third, one out. Uribe, that ball is hit. A lot of pop to it. Dalen Brooks can give chase out towards center field. It is going to drop.
Oh, no,
And
it did
Mountcastle
not. He
makes
made the
play.
catch.
Diving play by Mountcastle. It's going to score Jackson Turner, but man, Mountcastle laid out for that one for out number 2.
They said that Jackson did not tag. They said he didn't tag, so they actually called him out.
He waited till the ball
Was
already
caught.
off. They're going to call Jackson out on a double play. They're saying that he didn't wait till the ball was caught. And that's going to take us to the bottom of the first while the coaches are arguing with the umpires. We'll step aside to bring you back the bottom of the first after this. This is Bowie Baseball presented to you by John Wade Roofing.
Whenever a plumbing problem hits your home, experience matters. Pipe and Peak is a family-owned residential plumbing company with 16 years of experience that you can trust. They handle everything from yard leaks and slab leaks to tunnel work, and they're specialists in replacing old cast iron pipe. No job is too big or too small, and their pricing stays competitive. If you're seeing signs of aging pipes, now's the time to act. Send an email to Caleb Renfro to see how Pipe and Peak can help your home. When your high school field needs to look game ready, trust John Kling and the pros at Field Ops North Texas. This veteran-owned team delivers fast turnaround and long-lasting field striping for football, soccer, lacrosse, and more, using professional-grade paint and equipment. Field Ops proudly serves schools and communities across North Texas, helping student-athletes compete on fields that look as good as they play. Get a free quote today by visiting gofieldops.com/north-texas.
To the bottom of the first inning we go. Man, I sound so loud now I can hear myself in my ear. To the bottom of the first inning we go on a sac fly double play. Mountcastle made a great play out in right field. The umpire says Jackson Turner didn't tag up as he was leaving third base. Everybody here in the ballpark at South Grand Prairie, including the two people on commentary and Chaz, our producer, said Jackson waited till the ball was caught before scoring the run, and that ended up being a called double play. So no run's going to come across the score in the top of the first, and that was the inning Bowie needed the run. Now we're going to the bottom of the first for the 1, 2, 3 batters of the Warriors. Dalen Brooks, J.C. Lucio, and Zach Shepler. 1, 2, and 3. Their take on Andrew Vega, coming off of a exciting week last week. He was the batter at the plate for the walk-in winning run, walk versus Lamar on Friday. On Tuesday, he pitched a great game versus Lamar in a game they lost 2-0, but the only 2 runs came off of a 2-run homer from the pitcher Quesada in the first inning. Other than that, Vega was very shut down on Tuesday, looking for a shutdown inning for Vega tonight.
Right. Yeah, let's see if they can shake off that mistake by the umpires. I mean, to be honest with you, maybe he left a little early. I mean, of course, we'd have to go back and watch it, but right now we're getting led off by Dylan Brooks here, like the quarterback with a lot of speed.
Yeah, Brooks, the quarterback for the Warriors. This team made a good run into the playoffs, and he was one of the orchestrators of that team. As the first pitch to Brooks is going to be low, ball 1. Yeah, Brooks has a lot of speed, and he has a lot of pop in that bat.
I was going to say, he looks pretty athletic. If you didn't know any better, he looks a little bit like a Bo Jackson kind of size here, playing a little bit of football and baseball.
Yeah, a little bit of football, baseball, play center field too, like Bo didn't. Bo play left.
Yeah.
So he's got a lot of that outfielder mentality of outfielder speed. The 2-0. The ball is hit. It is going to be fielded on the bounce by Uribe. Gets it over in time to Ortega to get and they called him safe. The umpires tonight are already on a play that from our angle, we're right down the first base line. Ortega was on the bag. They said he was off, and that is a base hit for Dalen Brooks. Already a lot of tension brewing between the coaches and the umpires.
Wow.
As they're going to say Dalen Brooks is safe. Hey, we have instant replay here, folks. If anybody needs it, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Go back and follow Zach. Zach can give you the instant replay on two bang calls here. One from the Jackson Turner tag up, and two on the look from Dalen Brooks, who apparently beat out the tag. But
Maybe
now
he takes a small lead over there.
Brooks with the lead at first. The batter now is going to be Lucio, who drops down a bunt. It's going to roll foul. Lucio looking for a little small ball.
To be honest with you, in my opinion, with that much speed at first, I mean, I would test the catcher, Sanchez. I'd give him a good test to see what we got going on out there on that base path. But that's just my opinion.
As Uribe is going to run up, that ball is going to go down the right field line. Vega is going to fire it in first. This time you have the out at first base. This time you have the out at first base for out number one. Brooks is going to get over in time safely on the sacrifice bunt, as the few volunteer fans that have made it from the other side of I-20 are chastising the umpire by saying that Lucia was safe.
I know.
As Zach Shepler, the first baseman, with the eye black under his eyes, is going to take his first hacks against Vega. Eye black versus eye black. Both guys look intimidating. As Brooks is dancing around behind Vega at second. The first pitch misses somewhere inside, ball one.
They on the Blues back here, on his back.
Yeah, they're already getting after him here. One ball, no strike to Shepler.
Couple of plays here that were questionable.
As that is letter high, misses somewhere again. Ball two. Again, our vantage point is a little bit different here than his. He's right behind the plate. We are kind of staggered off to the right.
Right. Well, Sanchez looks like he's trying to frame it a little bit too.
As Vega's going to step off the mound, chase Brooks back in time safely.
Well, Brooks is back there dancing a little bit. He's got a lot of movement over there.
As the 2-0 is getting to Vega here, 3-0. That dancing is already thrown off Vega.
Throwing him off a little bit, looks like.
Brooks is at second. Shepler at the plate with the 3-0 count. As the 3-0 finds the spot there, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning.
Yeah, South Grand Prairie got a lot of chatter over on their end as well coming out of that dugout.
It sounds like the Pelicans from the Seagulls from Finding Nemo. As Vega's going to turn off and get Brooks back to second base safely. 3-1 count to Shepler at the plate. 1 away. Brooks is standing at second. Shepler waiting his turn to swing the bat. 3-1 from Vega. And that's going to miss. Ball 4. Shepler's going to get a free pass to first.
Bringing up that cleanup hitter.
It's going to bring up the cleanup man, Julian Guerrero, the catcher. Number 16, one of the bats you don't want to have in this situation with Dalen Brooks on second. He has a lot of speed over there, Cameron. He already showed some of that speed there on the somehow run that he made. But
I mean, I'm saying Ty does go to the runner, and of course, you know what I'm saying, our vantage point is a little bit skewed here as we're up the first base line. Unfortunately, you know, we can't see it as well as the umpire did out there, and I ain't gonna take nothing away from him, but to be honest with you, looked like from my vantage point that he did not make it on time. But of course, I'm not making that call.
as the first pitch to Guerrero is going to be low and outside, ball 1.
I mean, of course, this defense has got to get past that. They've got an opportunity here for, you know, Scheffler on first. And Let's see if they can turn it over, get out of this inning.
It's a 4, and on the way to the 4, it's going to get past the catcher. Brooks is going to come in sliding head first just for safety, and probably a little taunting of the Volunteers as he's going to get in safely for the first run of the game.
And that's the thing. I spoke a little bit too soon. I spoke a little bit too soon where that number 4 here, Guerrero, he hit a nice soft ground ball to Martinez, and when he threw it over to Turner, unfortunately, he threw it away. So that would constitute an E4, I think.
Right, that would be, I believe that would be an E4 on Martinez, the second baseman. He had a soft throw to Turner, who was looking just to scoop and fire to Ortega, but instead he wasn't able to get it into the glove of Turner. So now run's going to score, and another with a runner on second, runner on first, and still one out. As that ball's going to be hit out towards center field, Piper's going to watch it bounce in front of him. He's going to throw it into Turner, as that's going to go as a single to load the bases for Isaac Bertman, the left fielder. Bases are now loaded full of Warriors.
That's an unfortunate course of events there for Vega, as he played. He threw a very playable ball in both instances, and unfortunately, with the Volunteers playing a little bit deeper than usual, sometimes they play shallow. I thought that maybe Isaiah, with his speed, would be able to come up with that short hit fly ball.
Yeah, it looks like he didn't want to overrun it, as we're going to see Michael Maggart, the DH, look at a ball that's going to rush short inside. He didn't want to overrun it
Right.
and come up missing it and misjudge it, so instead he lets it bounce in front of him as Maggart looks at a ball that's going to get bypassed him for strike one. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the first. 1 run has already come across the score, and the bases are full of Warriors.
Yeah, Vega's going to have to try and help himself out here.
He one and one, 1 and 2.
Yeah, he's trying to, he's trying to help himself out. He's up to a pretty high pitch count for this first inning, but I'm sure, he's still got some good stuff here. He's been hitting his spots, so he just needs somebody to make a play, or either he needs to make one himself here.
As that ball's going to be hit high, Ortega's going to give chase out into foul territory. He's going to catch it. That's out number 2. He gets it over to first, Martinez to Sanchez. Sanchez chases the runner back to third, so 2 away here in the bottom of the first.
And that's exactly what he needed there. Ortega ran over there to that right field line over there, and the ball stayed in play. And he made a nice play over his shoulder there to get that second out of the inning.
And Shepard did not want to try to test the arm of Ortega. Ortega, the Friday pitcher, usually for the Volunteers, had an arm, threw that straight to Sanchez behind the mound and told Shepard, go ahead and bring some. As Mountcastle, who made the play earlier in the first inning, great diving play, is up to bat, looks at a ball 1. Vega trying to get out of the inning here. Bases loaded, full of Warriors.
Yeah,
2
going
away
to the
though.
gap at that. He was in the gap. That would have been an easy triple for Uribe if he wouldn't have came up with that play.
As the 1-0 finds a spot, 1-1. Yeah, Mountcastle makes the diving play, which led to Jackson Turner being called out, as they say he didn't tag up from third going home.
Bringing that back up again.
And a play that sent Coach Johnson the color red like the uniforms. 1 and 2 there on a big swing from Mountcastle.
Right. This is where Vega needs to go ahead and start trying to dominate the lower half of this lineup, this batting lineup.
As Mountcastle, he's dropping down a bunt. He's going to pull it back. That ball's going to be hit high. It is coming our direction.
Got it. Oh, it's a little further than I could get.
Cam was going to show the super speed.
Hey, I was going to show it. I played a little center, man. I had an opportunity to almost overrun a couple of balls here and there.
The 1-2 is going to miss. Sanchez got to get it, but Shepard's going to get in time, as Sanchez couldn't get it back from that deep backstop. So 2 runs have come across the score here in the bottom of the first.
And that's something that we didn't even point out, as we usually see the smaller backstops at some places, but this one is pretty deep back there, and Sanchez had been doing a really good job of protecting that plate, and unfortunately on that one it was a low pitched ball that kind of scooted under his glove and trickled through to the back of the backstop.
Yeah, it's a little deeper backstop. Nothing as shallow as the backstop at Arlington High, but
Right.
everybody else in the district has deep enough backstops. If that ball's gonna be hit, Turner is gonna make a play for it. It's gonna get past him. One run's gonna score. Throw in from left field, and that is gonna have another run score. 4 runs have scored now on that RBI single from Brandon Mountcastle. 2 RBI single from Brandon Mountcastle.
That's that's like I said. I've used this word a second time now. Disheartening for Vega, where he had a really good hit ball for a grounder. Unfortunately, it didn't uh, it didn't pan out for him in that situation. And now all 4 runners have come across the plate as Maggard has or Mountcastle cleared the bases.
As Juan Ramirez, the shortstop, batting 8th in the lineup for the Warriors, he looks at a called ball on the outside part of the plate. This inning took a turn after the after the leadoff single from to Dalen Brooks on a contested play. Behind that was a sac bunt from J.C. Lucio,
Hmm.
and the Schepler walked in the 3rd spot as Ramirez looks at a ball 2-0. Then after Schepler walked, Guerrero ended up reaching base on the E4 from Martinez and a chance to try to get the double play. And that's where the inning has kind of fallen apart from that point on for the Volunteers, as now Ramirez is looking at a 3-0 count with the number 9 man, Bazan, the pitcher, in the on deck circle. 3-0 called, strike 1. Aggressive call, strike 1 there, too. No
Right.
passive calls like we had last Friday.
And that's what I was saying. Vega hasn't done a bad job out there. It's just unfortunate that some of the plays just did not go his way.
As Ramirez is getting ready to set the bat down, he knew he wasn't going to get first
Yeah,
base.
he knew
He
he
took
wasn't
his
going
time to set
anywhere.
the bat down. Full count now for Vega. 3-2. That is a called ball. Ball 4. Second walk of the inning surrendered by Vega.
Low in the zone. He threw it low in the zone. Once they get up on the count, I've seen this South Grand Prairie team. Once they get up on the count 3-0 or 3-1 or something like that, they throw that bunt out like they're going to do it, but they're really not even looking to bunt at all.
Yeah, that's what
Just to distract Vega from throwing a strike is all that is.
and that's where the pitcher kind of gets a little jumpy, seeing that they might drop it there. Like you said, though, on a 3-0, 3-1, they're not going to drop a bunt down. That's not how you do it in baseball with a 3-0 count.
Right.
As Bazan, the other pitcher, is going to bat. He's the 9 man in the lineup. The Warriors have almost batted around as Dalen Brooks is in the on deck circle. First pitch to Bazan is inside, ball 1. Bazan wearing number 28, the one left-handed batter that we've seen for the South Grand Prairie Warriors.
As Vega is trying to get out of this inning.
The 1-0 missed somewhere inside again. 2-0. Bazan slid back a little bit just to add a little showmanship there.
Yeah, they trying to make him throw a strike. That's what they're doing. He's been getting down in the count, and
As that ball's gonna be hit, it is gonna roll foul. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bottom of the first inning. First inning's already seen 4 runs come across the score for the Warriors. Like you said, Cameron, they're trying to make him throw a strike there. They're gonna do a little few extra ethics here to try to add on to it to make him throw one over the middle. The 2-1. That's over the middle. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. What does Zach say? Deuce is wild.
Deuce is wild.
2 runners on.
That's a lot of twos out there. 2
Yeah.
runners on, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Only 2 hits have been surrendered this inning. As a 2-2 from Vega. Swung on and missed. That's going to be strike number 3, and the inning is finally over. But 4 runs have come across the score for the Warriors. They lead 4-0 going to the top of the second. We will be right back on the other side of this commercial break. This is Zach on Productions bringing you Bowie Baseball.
John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and Company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades, and they're looking forward to serving this community for decades to come. Find out more at johnwaderoofing.com.
Navigating Medicare options isn't easy. Hi, I'm Patsy Arnold, and when the time came to navigate my options, I went to Chapman Cornelius. They helped me find the best plan for my needs, quoted me life insurance options, and guided me in making my decisions every step of the way. They want to do the same for you, so give them a call at 817-265-3346 or visit chapman-cornelius.com.
As we're back here for the top of the second inning, fans, let us tell you about our second inning sponsors. They are Pipe and Peak Plumbing. Call Caleb Renfro if you need cast iron replacement. He is a specialist at doing that for you. 817-807-7069. They've been serving the Arlington area for over 16 years. Pipe and Peak Plumbing. As we're going to the top of the second, the Volunteers need to get something going. They had a chance to get something going in the top of the first before an interesting call there for out number 3 happened when Jackson Turner, I guess, apparently didn't tag up going from third to home. We're going to have the 4, 5, 6 batters for the Volunteers: Ramon Ortega, Andrew Vega, and Josue Martinez.
And that's the thing. Roman is the guy that he's a big bat in this lineup. I mean, they got him batting cleanup for a reason, but then also he's a good guy to get on base too. He'll hit it hard somewhere and end up, somewhere on the base path, I'm sure.
The first pitch he saw was a ball high at the letters ball 1, and then he comes back on that 1-0, swings and hits that ball foul out of play.
I heard it hit a car.
Not my car.
You didn't hear it?
I heard it. I heard it hit something.
It hit something out there.
I don't know who covers the insurance, if that's the school district or the team. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yourself.
High again.
Yeah.
They tell you don't drive by a baseball field during the game. 2 balls, 1 strike here to Ramon Ortega. Ortega is a junior on this team. He was very impressive last season as a sophomore. I didn't realize he was a junior. He'll be back next year for his senior season. As he looks at a called strike at the knees, 2-2. He most likely will be Friday's pitcher versus the Warriors back at the ballpark at Bowie.
And I do want to say thank you for everybody that's watching at home and listening at home. I want to say thank you to Isaiah Henderson. I see you giving us a lot of love here, and also Sneaky Sneak. I'm not sure who that is, but I appreciate you for watching. I know I have a couple of people watching at home as well. I want to say thank you for listening, Amy Miskowitz up in Detroit, Michigan.
All the way up in Detroit, Michigan. Go Blue for us Wolverines, national champions.
Go Blue, national champions. You know that's a good thing to hear.
Ramon Ortega is going to get walked there on the ball 4 pitch. Isaiah Henderson, he was one of the seniors on the team last year. He should be, hopefully he's playing baseball somewhere. He was a great pitcher on the mound. He was also a good shortstop, third baseman, and a lot of power in his bat too in the middle of the lineup for the Volunteers that made the playoffs. As we see, Andrew Vega, the pitcher, looks at a called ball on the inside part of the plate. 1-0.
And they are trying to get back into it here as a runner is on. Like I said, Ortega, he's on the base path, taking a nice little lead over there.
The 1-0 as Vega looks at a called strike. I like the aggressiveness of the umpire on his call last week on Friday. Our umpire
he
would
would
wait for it. It would be like the good, bad, and the ugly, where he just kind of pull it and then finally shoot it out.
Didn't a couple of guys throw their bats like they had got walked?
Oh, there was a few instances last week as the Vega looks at a called ball outside, 2-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a few instances last week where he thought he had balls and strikes. Yadi Pagan, the Golden Pipes of Yadi Pagan, had a nice altercation with the umpire during the game. That was quite interesting to see up there. As the 2-1 swung on, that ball is going to be hit foul. It's going to be called foul.
Hit off the plate.
Might have hit inside the other batter's box and bounced forward somewhere.
Yeah, it doesn't
Or
look
hit
like
straight
it
down.
either.
So it's going to be a called foul ball there. 2-2 count to Vega. Ortega on first. Martinez in the on-deck circle. Bazan, the lefty. Hits that. That ball's going to be hit back up the middle to shortstop. Over to 4. And low throw to the first baseman, but they're going to call it for out number 2. Double play. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a 6-4-3 double play for the Warriors as Vega's going to as Martinez is going to come up the bat here with 2 outs. As Shepler had to slide all the way off the bat to get that and somehow keep his toe on.
Yeah, he did a nice stretch out there for it.
Peer away.
Yeah, he stretched for it, and they just barely pulled off that double play against Vega, hustling down that first base line.
Martinez already looking at a quick 0-1 count. The first pitch was a fastball inside. 0-1. So pulls some of that speed off of that. Good breaking ball there. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2. Jose Martinez.
You know, that works both ways. For some reason, though, against lefties, a lot of times,
As Martinez is watching that one go by, and you have to hold that thought for a second there, Cam, as we're going to go to commercial break for the bottom of the second inning. The Volunteers lead trail 4-0 to the Warriors. And we'll be right back with more Volunteer baseball after this.
Modern West Windows and Doors is a partner of the Zap Network. They're also partnered with trusted industry leaders like Lowen, Weather Shield, and Simpus to guarantee quality product and installation. Whether you're searching for new concepts for your entryway, living room, dining room, bedroom, or even a workshop, Modern West has the solutions you're looking for. Visit the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth or visit modernwestwindows.com.
Taqueria Taco Express is the official taqueria of Zach Arnold Productions, with locations in Arlington, Grand Prairie, Waxahachie, and a new location opening in Mansfield. Solving your Mexican food craving has never been easier. Visit them on Taco Tuesdays for their special 5 tacos and a large agua fresca for just $10. Find out more by visiting taqueriatacoexpress.com.
Bottom of the second week go as the Volunteers trail 4-0 to the South Grand Prairie Warriors. The Warriors looking to win the district for the first time outright since 2022, as the last 2 district titles that the Warriors have claimed to were shared. The team they shared it with last season was the Arlington Colts. The Colts end up winning a exciting game to get the 1 seed, and they will play tomorrow. The Colts need a little help from the Volunteers for the Volunteers to sweep the Warriors and the Colts to get 2 wins versus the Martin Warriors this week to try to force another playoff type situation for the 1 seed. If South Grand Prairie wins today, Arlington, the highest they can get is the 2 seed. For the
It's not looking too promising with the way that this game has started out.
As Dalen Brooks back to the top of the lineup we go. First pitch he sees is a called ball.
Mm-hmm.
It looked a little delayed there on the calls.
Well, it looked about belt high. Maybe it was inside.
The 1-0, that ball is hit. Good power from Dalen Brooks. It's going to get all the way out to center field. Piper's going to give a good chase to it. Brooks is already around at first, going to second, and he's going to be held up at second base as Piper gets that ball into Turner as the cutoff man. Leadoff double for Dalen Brooks. 2 hits already on the night for Brooks.
Yeah, stand-up double at that. He hit that one right through, right up that center right field gap, almost about 350. It made it all the way to the gate as Isaiah Piper catches the carom off and throws it in to Jackson Turner to hold the, or not to Turner, but to Martinez to hold the runner at second.
As Lucio, who had a sac bunt in his first plate appearance just a few moments ago in the first inning, he's going to come up to bat now for a second plate appearance. Brooks is in the same situation here. He's on second. You know he likes to dance back there. As that ball is going to be bunted. Ooh. Foul. Sanchez thought about giving chase to it.
Yeah, you got to go all out for something like that.
Had a
pop-up bunt. Let's help Vega out here by any means necessary is what I'm trying to say now. Like they're down by 4, you know, Vega needs an out here after he's given up a leadoff double to Brooks. Like you said, he's in the same situation where Brooks, he's looking to steal third.
As Lucio's going to drop down a bunt. This time Vega is going to take the out, throwing it to first base. Brooks is going to move over 90 feet, and he's going to be back at third. Second sack bunt of the night for J.C. Lucio.
I don't think he has a problem with it as long as he gets that runner over to third. He'll take that. I mean, they already up.
Yeah, you take that when you're up 4-0,
Hmm.
and you know that you have the 3, 4, 5 guys coming to the bat here behind you with that Shepler,
Absolutely.
who walked his first plate appearance, is
Hmm.
coming up the bat now, second time around here for Shepler. As the first pitch doesn't break in the zone, ball one.
It looked like a really nice breaking ball.
Uh,
Of course, I'm saying a lot of these pitchers that I've noticed throughout the season, they usually try and hit those corners pretty hard. And unfortunately, some of these umpires do not want to give them that call all the time. But
as he gets the call there to make it 1-1. Like you were saying, we've seen a few umpires in the last few weeks to do the similar type of calls. They don't give it to you on the outside. That ball is hit foul. And Scheffler is going to get free pass. I guess it's going to say catch interference. Maybe hit Sanchez on the backswing.
I was going to say that. I was going to say because what Sanchez has been doing lately, as he's been scooting up in the zone there, and unfortunately, that has been really close to the batter, and that's what it is. When Shepard swung through, he hit Raul, and unfortunately, he was awarded the base.
Yeah, but that kind of, I guess the devil's advocate to that is you can just go swing wildly knowing if you hit the catcher, you get a free pass. It's kind of a weird way to call that. But either way, Scheffler now gets the free pass to first base. Runners on the corners at one away as Guerrero's in the same situation he was in the first inning. Hits that ball foul. They call it foul.
Yeah, it hit off of him.
Same situation for Guerrero. Last inning, Volunteers had a chance to get a double play to get out of the inning, but a soft, bad throw by Martinez led to the error.
Hmm. Just off target.
The 0-1. Good placement there. Doesn't get the call. 1-1.
Now that, like I said, we're in a bad vantage point, but that really, some of these pitches that they look real good. It was a good looking pitch here. Is
The key word tonight is objectivity.
objectivity.
The 1-1. Inside at the numbers. Well, 2-1.
Now that was a breaking ball that didn't break.
Yeah, that was a breaking ball. It stayed letter high.
Right.
2-1 count to Guerrero.
Mhm.
Brooks on third, Scheffler on first. One out already in the inning. Scheffler's going to take off running to second as Sanchez is going to give it back to Vega. Let the runner go to second and not let Brooks come in to score.
Yeah, that's a nice. I've seen that play so many times just growing up, where you throw it hard to the pitcher. And the thing that we used to do that was a little bit more deceiving is, what I'm saying, every time the catcher threw it back to the pitcher, he threw it hard. All the time. He never just lofted one back. He always threw it back hard. So that way the runner never really knew when it was
Yeah,
it was a fake or not.
doesn't get too comfortable on the mound.
Exactly.
As Guerrero is going to get a free pass, he's going to go back to the dugout after the walk there on the ball four. We have a pinch runner for Guerrero, so he can go get ready for the top of the third when they come back to play. That is number 20. Number 20 is Matheus Quintana. Matheus Quintana, the pinch runner for Guerrero.
And that's the thing there again. Raul had to make sure he protected the plate again. With bases loaded, with one out, we want to maintain that force out on all bases here.
Bases loaded. Bertman in the batter's box. He swings at the 1-0. Foul. 1-1.
Yeah, you
Isaac
want.
Bertman got a single back in the first inning.
Mm-hmm. A couple RBIs with that single as well.
1-1 count. One away. Bases loaded. As the 1-1's going to miss somewhere. 2-1. Vega trying to get out of the jam here. A double play would do it. A double play somewhere in the infield. Pop fly, anything you can get. Try to help yourself out here. Try to get the bats back up. The 2-1. Good placement by Sanchez, but doesn't get the call. 3-1. And he's putting good placement on it too. Sanchez is behind the mound.
But that's the thing, though, that the batters are patiently waiting for strikes. And the thing is what I'm saying, if Blue's not calling it, why am I looking?
As he's
You
not
see
going to
what I'm
call that
saying?
one there. That one is going to miss for sure. Ball 4. It's going to walk in Dalen Brooks. As Coach Johnson's going to go out there and have a word with his pitcher Vega after Bertman's going to get an RBI walk. And make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Everything Zach Honor Productions has going forward. We will have another week of baseball for sure, as the Colts will be in the playoffs next week. We will have Zap games. Make sure you follow all the socials so you can figure out where those games will be and who the Colts will be playing. They have a big series this week versus the Martin Warriors in a rivalry game that when I was a Colt, it was a rivalry game we always look forward to. It's playing Martin no matter the sport. You want to get wins versus your rival, but it's always friendly competition at the end of the day because we're all from Arlington at that point in time.
Mm-hmm.
But the Colts versus Warriors tomorrow will be the game one at
What,
Martin High School.
what would you have told your starting pitcher out there when you walked out there and gave him a little bit of pep talk?
If I was Coach Johnson in the situation, I'm telling you, just throw strikes and let the defense work behind you, as that's what he does there. It's going to be hit to Turner. 6, 4, 3 double play, and that's going to get out of the inning there. 1 run is going to come across the score, but the bases are going to be left loaded after the Maggart double play. We're going to go to the 3rd inning with the Volunteers trailing 5-0. We'll be right back on more Volunteer Baseball after this.
John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Field Ops North Texas is the trusted name in athletic field marketing for schools, teams, leagues, and tournaments. They even do commercial landscaping. The better question is, what can't they do? With fast turnaround times and proven expertise, they make sure your grounds look unbeatable every time. Call 817-908-2194 to find out more.
Back here to Warrior Park, Warrior Ball Field, Warrior High School, South Grand Prairie High School. One of the many names here at South Grand Prairie,
That's
where
right.
the Warriors play, and the Warriors are playing tonight. They are leading 5-0 over the Volunteers. Fans, let us tell you about our 3rd inning sponsors. They are Field Ops. They do more than just field markings. They also do commercial landscaping. So find out all John Clean can do by calling 817-908-2194. Field Ops, our 3rd inning sponsors. As Cam, I think, is ready to go sponsor a hot link. I know I am. I see him looking behind me.
Yeah. You know, I try and get my traditional hot dog or hot link and, try and compare them to, all of the ballparks. I've been to pretty much, every ballpark in Arlington. So I make sure that I try and see what they're talking about over there at the concession stand.
I can tell you from last time we were here for the Arlington Colts, pretty good hot link that you can check out.
All right.
As we're going to the bottom, the top of the 3rd, it's the bottom of the Volunteer lineup. Idle Fiorentino, Raul Sanchez, Darian Brown, 7, 8, 9 batters. As Fiorentino swings and misses at a breaking ball low. Didn't even break the whole way.
And that's what I wanted to say before the last inning ended, was that Banzan, he he hadn't really broke out those breaking balls. And traditionally, from my experience, lefties have a lot of different, looks for you on breaking balls, change-ups, and then they'll sprinkle in a fastball.
As he sprinkles in that changeup back after the fastball, and Fiorentino knocks that ball all the way deep center field. Brooks is going to give good chase to it, but Fiorentino's going to get in with a stand-up double. That went at least 330 out towards the left center. As you were saying, he went breaking ball, then fastball, then breaking ball again. That ball broke right into the swinging motion of Fiorentino for a leadoff double. That's what the Volunteers need.
Well, he hit it on a sweet spot, and unfortunately out there in center field, Brooks, he does have a lot of speed, but to tell you the truth, he misplayed that ball.
Yeah, Brooks misplayed it. He could have prevented a double. It was going to be a base hit either way, though. But good pop on that bat, as Sanchez is going to swing and miss at the first pitch here. Strike 1. Sanchez trying to get something going here for the Volunteers, the bottom of the lineup. As he's going to drop down a bunt, is going to catch Bazan by surprise. He's going to get it over to Shepler for the first out, but it's going to move the runner into scoring position at 3rd. Sack bunt there by the catcher, Raul Sanchez.
That was actually a really good bunt. He could have placed it a little bit better, but at the same time, moving Florentino over so that the Vols have somebody in a closer proximity to the bag for your next hitter here is a plus.
Darian Brown, the left-hander, looks at a call, strike one. Sanchez, that was a good bunt there. It went back towards the pitcher. He wasn't able to get down down the third base line while Vasquez was back by the bag, wasn't expecting a bunt, and he might have been able to get himself in safely. But either way now, sack bunt, the 0-1, check swing back into the net, 0-2.
That was a very high pitch. You know, a lot of pitchers out here that, especially a lefty against a lefty here, what you want to do is you want to change them levels and then bring it inside, outside, inside, outside, inside.
And if you're Brown here, you should be looking for something outside, maybe coming back inside. 0-2, that is high, still eye level there, 1-2.
Yeah,
Similar pitch to the 1-1.
Trying to make them chase, trying to make them chase. I don't know if he did that on purpose or not. But to be honest with you, high in the zone or low in the zone, possibly even in the dirt, when you're at a 0-2 count, is not a bad pitch.
I don't see him coming inside here. 1-2. He does come inside, and that ball gets hit foul down the first baseline.
Mm-hmm.
As we were going to say, don't see him come inside. He comes inside.
Yeah.
Brown just pulls it too far foul.
Yeah.
Do it again. 1-2. Runner on third, one away. But we trying to get the first one run across the inning, across the game.
Yeah, since he pitched him inside this time, I'm looking for an outside breaking ball, possibly maybe a slider across the plate.
Something to try to make him chase outside.
Mm-hmm.
As we'll look and see what Bazan's going to throw. Time is called by Brown.
Yeah.
Brown wearing the black uniforms with the big 2-3 on the back, blue numbers, orange piping.
I'm surprised he ain't got a pair of Jordans on.
He has a lot of speed though. Jordan baseball shoes would be nice as that ball is going to be hit foul out of play.
Oh,
almost hit somebody in the top of the stands here. They tried to catch it.
He tried to catch it, and when it bounced up, it caromed up into his chin, I think.
Call that a little sweet chin music.
A little sweet chin music over there for the
WrestleMania was just last weekend for Shawn Michael fans. San Antonio, Texas native. You 1-2. That ball is going to get past the catcher, but Fiorentino is going to be at third. Doesn't try to run.
Was looking for it, and he didn't take advantage of it.
Coach Crowder's held him there at third as Guerrero got that ball back quick enough, but Bazan was still on the mound by the time Guerrero had gotten to it. So it would have been a close play at the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Fiorentino at third. And the 2-2 to Brown. Swung on and missed. Strike 3.
That's
2 away.
A way to help yourself out of a jam.
Yeah, he went. He instead of going inside out, he went high low and got Brown the chase on the low. As Jackson Turner is 1 for 1 on the night with that double he got to start off the game. Looking to try to get another one here. Base hit for Jackson would drive in the run for sure and get the Volunteers on the scoreboard. As the first pitch breaking ball finds the zone, strike 1.
Feel like he was going to take that regardless.
Jackson Turner known for his calmness at the plate. Does take a lot of first pitches and is able to work a batter's count. As he gets back to even count there, 1-1. Patience. Fiorentino 90 feet away from getting the Volunteers on the scoreboard. They've had a chance to score back in the first on a play that wasn't. I don't want to go into detail about it.
I know. Let's not dwell on it now.
It's called beating a dead horse. As that is called, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. You never want to beat a dead horse. I learned that from The Godfather.
Yeah.
A horse ends up in bed with you. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs to Jackson Turner.
If you've seen Godfather, you catch the reference.
Catch the reference. High. 2-2.
You know what? That might just be a breaking ball that he's releasing high. I don't know if he's intending on leaving it that high.
Might not be able to spot it the way he wants to.
Exactly. He might not be. It might not be breaking, or his release point might be off a little bit.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bazan gets Turner to swing. Turner puts a big jolt on it out towards left field. That's over the left fielder's head. One run is going to score. Turner's going to get into second safely. RBI double for the Volunteers, and they're on the scoreboard here in the top of the third inning.
That's what that is. You leave that hang. Like he wasn't getting it in there and his release point wasn't right. So this time when he tried to actually aim it in there, it didn't break really well. It was kind of a fat pitch for Jackson Turner, who crushes it over the left fielder's head. About 320 out there, warning track power at least.
Yeah, that was at the warning track for sure. Left fielder gave chase, wasn't able to get it as Couch looks at one that runs inside, ball one. Yeah, down the left field line, he might have had a chance. That was a big swing, though, by Jackson. I thought it had the power to go.
Mm-hmm.
Left fielder gave chase, was over his head. It bounced high enough that it could have went over the fence for a ground rule double. But back at Bowie, that's a ground rule double for sure.
Right. That's 310 at the line, right?
Right, 310 at the line at Bowie. That would have been a home run for Jackson. It would have been great to see, too. Great to see. That's what the Volunteers would have needed. Last time they hit a home run, we didn't get a chance to see it.
Well, I saw it.
You saw
but
it.
I wasn't on the call.
Chaz on my right over here saw it. I'm just sitting in the corner like, well, something happened.
By the person that's in our on deck circle, back to back. Oh no, it's in the hole.
In the hole, Ramon Ortega. As Couch at the plate swings on a breaking pitch, comes up empty, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs to Micah Couch.
Yeah,
Jackson Turner at second.
Took a big cut at that too. He liked that pitch. Swung over it a little bit.
Let's see if he can get on base here with big 11 behind him until Uribe. As that's going to miss, 2-2. The Volunteers are trying to get Uribe up to bat here with the runner on second and try to cut into this 5-1 lead that the Warriors have.
Yeah, they've just had a couple of, these first 2 innings. The first 2 innings, they had a string of unfortunate events where they should have already had a run, and then in the second inning they had an opportunity, and unfortunately, that was extinguished by a double play ball out there. So now, with another player in scoring position, one of their leadoff hitter, in fact, they're probably one of the fastest players on the team, besides Darian Brown and Isaiah Piper, one of the 3 fastest players on the team sitting at second. Anything in play, especially a sack, is going to either move him over or something hitting the gap or something like that. Jackson's probably going to score.
Yeah, now Micah Couch looking at a full count here with 2 away. And the top of the third, like I said, Jackson's at second. Uribe's on deck circle right in front of us. Couch swings. That ball is past the third baseman. It's going to get out towards the left field wall. Jackson's going to come in to score. Couch is going to round first, going into second. Left fielder's finally going to get to it off the wall. Back-to-back RBI double for the Volunteers. Right past the diving fast at third. Volunteers are slowly chipping away at this lead.
That's what they say. Chip away.
Way?
That's how you say it. As they bring it to a 2-5 score, with one of their biggest hitters up at the plate in the 3-hole here, Christian Uribe.
Christian Uribe on the plate here, number 11, looking to try to get that runner in from second. We've already seen 2 runs score on back-to-back doubles for the Volunteers. This is the guy you asked for to try to add up to it now. As he looks at a breaking pitch that doesn't break over the zone, 1-0.
I've seen him in this position before, and he's come up with a big hit, and that's what they're looking for out of this middle of the Volunteer lineup, especially with your cleanup hitter, Roman Ortega. He'll. Oh, here comes Coach.
As Coach Yoda's going to come out and take a little stride with the jacket on to have a few words with his pitcher. Righty-lefty matchup up there, and Uribe's already in the 2-0 spot. You have Ortega in the on-deck circle, like you said a couple weeks ago when we were together last time. He hit 2 home runs over the left field wall at Haltom. It's probably the same distance here over the left field wall as it is at Haltom. So he has the power to do it. If Uribe gets on with Ortega in the on-deck circle, this game could be easily 5-5 after that at bat.
One swing.
Because Bazan is
changed the whole game.
He's leaving breaking pitches over the plate. Jackson Turner just missed a home run on his breaking pitch. We've seen some earlier that were hit out to center and the right that could have been anywhere else in the park a home run. He's just missing it there. Bazan's it doesn't look as impressive when you look at the stat sheet, but he's the Warriors have had to build this lead. The Volunteers have had just bad luck, series of unfortunate events
Exactly.
that have kept them from having the lead.
Right. They have, when you look at the board, you see those two errors. They're glaring. Those are two glaring errors that have given the Warriors a couple of runs here, where this game could have easily been a 3-2 event.
As that ball's gonna be hit, Vasquez, the third baseman, he's gonna dive. He's not gonna get it, and Uribe is gonna get there safely. E5 on Vasquez. He fell head over heels on that ball. Now you have two runners on with Ortega coming up to bat.
So that's a comeback on you, kind of I don't want to say karma, but that's kind of a karma play there where the umpires kind of made a couple of questionable calls there as Uribe hustles down the first base line to put runners on for Ortega, who
As Couch is gonna get there, he is gonna be safe.
ooh,
Wild pitch there, good throw by Guerrero, but
that was a
Vasquez
really
wasn't in
good
position.
throw.
And Couch was hesitated on that for a second there,
Yeah.
scared us behind the plate. So now runners on the corners, 1-0 count to Ortega. Bazan's already had a hard time locating his breaking pitch, and he's just missed giving up a home run to Jackson. Ortega has the power to do it. This could be a whole brand new ball game with Andrew Vega, the pitcher, right in front of us on the on-deck circle.
Yeah, I'm looking at that 337 where these guys have pulled that. They've pulled that breaking ball down the line, but if Ortega gets a hold of one, I'm looking at that 337 by the scoreboard where that's a if he hits that, that's a moonshot.
That's a moonshot here. He's looking at a 2-0. The 2-0 pitch, that was 1-0 was inside, so it's 2-0. Comes back, and that is a moonshot, but it's going foul. We're about to sing Sweet Home Alabama if it stays fair.
Oh man,
2-1.
yeah.
Ortega's waiting for it too. Bazan, he's
Oh.
up there. You can kind of see the nerves getting to him.
To him a little bit to the lefty. He's been ahead in a lot of these counts where he can kind of throw his pitches. Right now, though, he's kind of having to come to Ortega in this duel. Oh,
As he comes to him on a pitch we thought was inside, Ortega waited for it, but they give him a call 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on the corners for Ramon Ortega.
I thought it was a little high, actually.
I thought it was a little high and inside, but
Mhm.
2-2. As the runner's going to take off, Ortega's going to watch that ball. Ball 3. Uribe's going to scamper over to second. So now 2 runners in scoring position with a full count. First base is open. The pitcher Vega's right in front of us in the on-deck circle. Legs are bouncing of anxiety. I'm ready. I'm ready to get up and party. Swing.
I know. Here it is.
The 3-2. As that ball swung on, a bad swing from Ortega. He was fooled all the way, and that's going to be out number 3. But 2 runs come across the score for the Volunteers. It's a new game, 5-2. As we go to the bottom of the third, we'll be right back with more baseball after this.
Are you a small business owner looking for reliable insurance coverage? Or perhaps you're navigating the complexities of Medicare? Look no further. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned, independent insurance agency with over 50 years of experience with tailored insurance solutions for small businesses and their owners. Whether you need home and auto, business insurance, or individual or group medical, Chapman Cornelius has knowledgeable agents who will help you select just what you need. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott at 817-265-3346.
Looking for a plumber you can rely on? Pipe and Peak handles all your residential plumbing needs. From tunneling and slab leaks to camera inspection and sewer repair, and even cast iron replacement. They offer competitive pricing and now offer financing to make repairs easier to manage. Family owned and trusted for over 16 years, they treat every home like their own. Call 817-807-7069 to get your free quote and get your plumbing handled right.
And welcome back here to Warriors Field as we watch the Arlington Bowie Volunteers score two runs in the top of the third, and we see Coach Yoda come out and have a conference with his guy where Bainza ends up finishing out the inning with a strikeout here against Christian Uribe. as we see Vega come back out in the bottom of the third here to go ahead and prevent the Warriors from trying to score any additional runs. He's given up 5 here with 3 hits, with 4 hits and 3 hits and 1 error, or 4 hits with 2 errors. So now he's looking for the next batter coming up, which is going to be the 7, 8, 9 hitters. Brandon Mountcastle, who already had a single. Then that's going to be in the on-deck circle, our shortstop, Juan Ramirez. And then the pitcher's going to go ahead and try and help himself out again, where he ended up striking out to end the inning back in the first.
As the first pitch there from Vega is a called strike to Brandon Mountcastle, the right fielder. Sorry, I was getting my jacket on. As that ball is hit to Uribe. Over in time to Ortega. No question about that for out number 1. No more questioning of plays here, Cameron.
No more questioning. Yeah, on that hot corner over there. It was a nice hard shot where Uribe had enough time to pat the ball twice, make a little showboat out of it, and throw Mountcastle out for the first out of the inning.
As the shortstop, Juan Ramirez, he walked in his first plate appearance. He looks at a called ball below the knees. Cameron, one thing you pointed out earlier in the last inning, if you look at the scoreboard, the Volunteers have out-hit the Warriors, but they've also out-aired the Warriors, and that's why it's a 5-2 advantage. As the 1-0 is hit out of play, out towards the concourse where some kids are running around playing.
Yeah, they over there playing around. They need to go ahead and keep their head on a swivel over there.
Keep your head on a swivel, kid.
You know what I'm saying?
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out.
I didn't hear nobody say heads up.
Yeah, nobody gave him a 4. As that is the call, strike 2. Good breaking pitch there by Vega.
That's how you gotta do it, man. You know what I'm saying? Somebody over here, with the era of technology out here. Somebody might. Ooh.
As the error of technology is not going to save Ramirez there, he strikes out.
Man,
Second strikeout
good breaking ball on the outside. Looked like a nice changeup on the outside corner.
Good breaking pitch. Ramirez was not expecting it. Second strikeout of the game for Vega. The first strikeout came against Anthony Bazan, the pitcher, who's walking into the batter's box for his second plate appearance. He's 0 for 1.
You ever look like that when you struck out, Jason?
Man, I hope not. As Bazan's going to hit that ball foul. The umpire gave chase to that. It was already 10 feet.
Out of bounds.
Had to get the steps in there.
Yeah,
0-1 count.
I can say, fortunately, I did not look bad striking out. I didn't strike out too often. I usually put the ball into play. But when I did, like I said, I went down swinging.
I couldn't tell you. A lot of times I probably went down looking more of like, well, there's nothing I can do here. So let me just go ahead and just walk on back.
Oh, no, I ain't never had that walk of shame like that, my man.
As that ball's going to be hit out towards left field. Couch is giving chase to it, and he catches it on the run over the shoulder. Willie Mays-esque out there.
I know, we said that, right?
Out number 3 on the F7. First 1-2-3 inning for Vega of the night.
That, right?
And he needed it. Going to the top of the 4th. Volunteers are still trying to chip into this lead, 5-2. We'll be right back on the other side of this commercial break.
Modern West Windows and Doors invites you to see the difference. Whether you need sliding doors, bay windows, or just need a more modern look, Modern West has options to fit both your style and budget. Stop by the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth to see for yourself, or call 682-255-6094 for more information.
Hey, this is John Wade Jr., Colt Football 97, class of 98, and the next time you have a roofing issue, be sure and call Arlington's favorite roofer, John Wade Roofing. Look us up on the internet at johnwaderoofing.com.
New pitcher on the mound here. We'll tell you about them as we get ready to start the 4th inning. But let us tell you about our 4th inning sponsors and our pitching chain sponsors. 4th inning sponsors here, the Trinity Logistics Services. They sponsor our 4th innings for all ZAT games. Don't let hauling be a hassle. Trinity has the dumpsters that fit any size project, and they drop off and pick up so you can focus on cleaning up your house for a win or your business for a win. Call Chet Soto at 817-693-1302 for more information. New pitcher on the mound. Our pitching sponsors, gotta let you know, coming down the pipe, that new pitcher is sponsored by Pipe and Peak Plumbing. They have been serving the Arlington area for over a decade. Arrange a free quote by calling 817-807-7069. Michael Maggart, the DH, who got the loss in the Arlington game that we saw earlier this season with me and Zach. He is on the mound for the Warriors. So the day for Bison, at least on the mound, is done after giving up two runs back in the third inning. Maggart, when we saw him versus the Colts, his first few innings, he had a hard time locating his breaking pitch. Watching him warm up here, he's having the same struggles. As we're going to see the 5, 6, 7 batters for Volunteers. Vega, the pitcher, Andrew Vega. Behind him, Jose Martinez, Ido Fiorentino. 5, 6, 7. Take on Michael Maggart, the right-hander.
Right. You see your shortstop, Juan Ramirez. He moves over to third. And then you also have a replacement at shortstop, number 14, Matthew Brinkman.
Matthew Brinkman. So Brinkman will be at
Shortstop.
shortstop, and Ramirez will be at third.
Absolutely.
As that ball's gonna be hit to Ramirez, who's gonna have to get something on that throw. He does in time for out number 1. Ramirez already tested out there on the hot corner, as Vasquez Day might be done over on third after the 2 errors that he was responsible for back in the third. Jose Martinez, the second baseman, 0 for 1. He struck out back in the second. As he drops down a bunt, that is going to be hit foul back in our direction. Strike 1. We saw Maggart a few weeks ago, Cameron. Me and Zach did, and Chaz was here for us, producing that game. We saw him versus the Colts, and he struggled with his breaking pitch. He has a good changeup and a good fastball, but his curves were not hitting at all. So the Volunteers are going to see if Maggart has that going tonight or not. As the 0-1 breaking pitch finds the zone, 0-2. Quick 0-2 count to Martinez. Item Fiorentino in the on-deck circle right in front of me. As Martinez looks at a called ball. Warriors wanted it. They didn't get it. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. As the 1-2 misses again, low below the knees. 2-2. Good job by Martinez not to chase.
Yeah, he's been calling that a strike. I've seen him call that a strike once or twice, but maybe it just didn't hit the mark, as that one looks like it's outside.
Yeah, that's outside. That's not going to be a strike anywhere questionable to it. So Martinez, good plate appearance up there on the mount, behind at the dish right now. Worked it from a 0-2 back to a 3-2. Maggart in relief of Bison, whose day is probably done on the mound. Whose day is done on the mound for sure. As Martinez is done at the plate, second strikeout of the night.
He took a big cut, and unfortunately just did not connect on that fastball right down the Pike's Peak.
Down the Pike and Peak Plumbing. Yeah, they said down the pike there. Down the peak. Pike, peak. Too many P's there, pal.
Too many P's there, pal.
As Ido Fiorentino, who got a double back in his last plate appearance, he looks at a breaking pitch. Called strike around the knees. Item hit that double to start the third, and the Volunteers got behind him and got 2 runs that inning.
Right.
As the 0-1 swung on, big swing there and missed. 0-2.
That was a nice full pitch. He threw him a breaking ball outside, and I don't think he was prepared for that.
And it looks like Maggart's got the breaking ball going tonight. The 0-2 swung on, hit foul. We'll do it again. 0-2.
Yeah, he said you protecting the plate there, 14 is. It's like, you're not going to get me with that one. Not with that one, buddy.
Volunteers had a chance to tie the game up in the third inning before a strikeout with 2 runners on by Ramon Ortega into the third inning. As we're in the fourth inning, it is an 0-2 count, 2 away to Ido Fiorentino, who swings, hits that ball back up the middle. New shortstop's going to have to make a play, and he makes a play on a one-hop throw to Shepler. Out number 3. That was a great throw from far out there because he was along the lip of the outfield.
Yeah, Matthew Brinkman went in the hole.
And Brinkman,
Backhanded on one knee, sliding into a backhand. Comes up throwing hard on a one hopper to Scheffler to get the final out of the inning with our runner hustling down the line.
as we're going to the bottom, as we're going to the fourth inning, let us tell you at the bottom of the fourth inning. Let us tell you about our fourth inning stretch sponsors. I need to go stretch and probably go get a hot dog real quick. Bottom of the fourth inning sponsor, the fourth inning stretch sponsors are Modern West Windows and Doors. They invite you to see the difference a new windows can make on your home. Visit modernwestwindows.com to learn more about our sponsors of the ZAP fourth inning stretch. We'll be right back after this.
When your high school field needs to look game ready, trust John Kling and the pros at Field Ops North Texas. This veteran-owned team delivers fast turnaround and long-lasting field striping for football, soccer, lacrosse, and more, using professional-grade paint and equipment. Field Ops proudly serves schools and communities across North Texas, helping student-athletes compete on fields that look as good as they play. Get a free quote today by visiting gofieldops.com/north-texas.
Navigating Medicare options isn't easy. Hi, I'm Patsy Arnold, and when the time came to navigate my options, I went to Chapman Cornelius. They helped me find the best plan for my needs, quoted me life insurance options, and guided me in making my decisions every step of the way. They want to do the same for you, so give them a call at 817-265-3346 or visit chapman-cornelius.com.
He just went.
As we're going to the bottom of the fourth inning, Brooks is up to bat here at the top of the lineup for the Warriors, and he hits that ball to Jackson Turner, who can't get a glove on it. It's going to get all the way out to the outfield. Piper's going to give chase to it. Brooks thought about going for second. He's going to be stuck at first. So real quick explosiveness to start the bottom of the first inning.
Well, he hit it. He outran the first one, hit a double in the second, and now here again he hits one hard up the middle that Jackson Turner can't corral for another base hit. So he's 3 for 3 today.
And that's what you asked for out of your leadoff man. The two leadoff batters for both teams have been great so far. Brooks is 3 for 3 with a double and 2 singles.
And
Jackson's 2 for 2.
3.
2 for 2 with 2 doubles. And the second double was an RBI as Brooks takes off. Good throw from Sanchez, but pulls Martinez off the bag. Stolen base for Dalen Brooks.
But that was a lot of speed out there too. So I was gonna say he might have beat that out anyway.
Sanchez took a second to throw as he had a very accurate throw, but just a little bit wide of the bag.
As Brooks is saying something is wrong out there.
He might have came up short there on that slide. Hopefully he didn't pull anything.
No, he was calling for time like he had something in his eye or something.
Playing on turf, I don't know if you want to get those rubber beads in your eyes.
They stopped making them like that a couple years back.
As Lucio, the new batter on the mound, he is looking at a quick 2-0 count. Lucio's came up twice and sack bunted both times to get Brooks in the scoring position.
Brooks stole this time. So now he's in the same position. This time he's bunting again.
Yeah, he's going to bunt for the third time, and that one's going to roll away. 2 balls, 1 strike. Dalen Brooks was already set to be at third. And you know when you're the Warriors, once Brooks gets on base, you can just use Lucio to kind of orchestrate a run there with Brooks' speed, then let the batters 3, 4, 5 come up and do some dirty work for you. As Vega's trying to prevent that this time.
Might let him swing away here today in this at bat.
He's going to drop the bunt here. 2 balls, 1 strike. I see a bunt coming. Oh, hey, maybe not. Wait, they called a strikeout there. But I guess the scoreboard operator didn't have 2 strikes. Hey, we'll take it.
Well, he bunted. He called a strike on him, and then he bunted for a second strike, and then he went down watching or looking for the third strike there.
I guess one of those strikes, I guess, look to us was called a ball, but it was a strike. So it ended up being a strikeout to Lucio, the third strikeout of the night for Vega, as Scheffler's going to come up with 1 away and Brooks at second. Scheffler looks at a called strike. Brooks is still dancing over at second. I believe he's ready to join the Usher You Got It Bad tour.
He's
He's got the
got
dance
some
moves.
moves over there. He's hopping around, trying to distract Vega.
As Scheffler's looking at the ball outside, 1-1.
It was how I mean, since this is his third time being in this position over there, maybe they might want to, make a move over there.
Yeah, they haven't really tried to get him back to the bag. He's hesitant, but he wants to run. As the 1-1's going to miss outside, 2-1.
Hmm
And you see,
just a play,
he dances a lot back there at second, but
Yeah.
he's not really committed to running.
Right.
So if Vega has a quick enough move, or if they can get him as he gets far enough away here, as he's on the lip of the second base little.
Dirt. Yeah.
That ball hit moonshot out to left field. Couch is giving chase to it. Couch is going to catch it on the run.
Again
Out
over his
number
shoulder.
2.
That's the second one he's made in the same similar situation there.
Good play by Michael Couch.
Mhm.
Second straight inning with the over-the-shoulder catch in left field
Right.
for out number 2. So Julian Guerrero is going to come up to bat with a runner on second and 2 away. Brooks still at second. Vega trying to get out of this inning without another Warrior across the score. In a game that started off interesting for the Volunteers at the plate, and then going to the bottom of the first, they end up giving 4 runs to the Warriors on a few interesting plays. Things have kind of settled down here. Hopefully that's not an announcer's jinx. Hopefully that's just continuation of what's going forward for Andrew Vega on the mound. As the first pitch to Guerrero hit into the net, strike 1.
Yeah, it was a nice breaking ball that was going to clip the plate as Guerrero liked what he saw, just a little bit off as he fouls it back to the backstop.
Fans, if you like what you see, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 1,000, folks. The app is trying to get to 1,000. If we don't get it in the next few weeks of baseball season, we will be there for football for sure. As Vega steps back onto the mound to try to get Brooks back to second. So it's a 0-1 count to Guerrero.
Just keeping him honest over there.
The 0-1 inside.
Oh,
It's going to get away from Sanchez. Brooks is going to get into third. Brooks wants to come home, but he's going to be held up at third.
yeah, you need to round.
Wild pitch there. So it's a 1-1 count. Scoreboard here reads 1-0. Somebody's up there sleeping a little bit. Maybe enjoying a nice hot dog.
And that's the thing. Look at Brooks over there. I was really shocked. I thought he was going to go ahead and take off as Vega was just kind of not paying attention to him, walking back to the thing there.
Well, he's going to come in to score now anyways off of that single that's going to drop in front of Isaiah Piper in center field. 6 runs have come across the score for the Warriors.
And 3 of them have been Brooks.
Yeah, Brooks has been a busy night touching home plate.
Well, he's 3 for 3. And then in that iteration, he stole second. The other ones, he got sack bunted over to second, and he's been in that situation all night. And then on a pass ball, he gets over to third. I mean, that's very tough for, tough for a team to keep him from plating when he gets the second on every chance he gets.
As first pitch swinging
I got this one.
Oh, on the roof of the concession stand.
Man, I would have got it.
Isaac Bertman is trying to make one for Cameron to go catch.
I was here. I was on it.
If you hear a pop, that might be my Achilles. I don't want to say that out loud because the basketball people might be watching me. That ball's gonna be hit down the right field line, out of play. So it's a quick 0-2 to Isaac Bertman. He is 1 for 1. He walked in a run back in the second, and back in the first, he hit a RBI single.
As number 20 takes over for Guerrero at first, Mathis Quintana.
Guerrero's going to get ready with his catcher's gear on. As that ball's going to be hit to Uribe over at third. Good throw from Uribe. It's going to be in time as he one-hops it to Ortega, who makes a good slide to keep his foot on the bag but get the out at first. So 1 run comes across the score. The Volunteers have time, but they need to get something going. Going to the top of the 5th, it's 6-2. Warriors lead. We'll be right back after this.
Modern West Windows and Doors is a partner of the Zap Network. They're also partnered with trusted industry leaders like Lowen, Weather Shield, and Simpus to guarantee quality product and installation.
Whether you're searching for new concepts for your entryway, living room, dining room, bedroom, or even a workshop, Modern West has the solutions you're looking for. Visit the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth or visit modernwestwindows.com. Whenever a plumbing problem hits your home, experience matters. Pipe and Peak is a family-owned residential plumbing company with 16 years of experience that you can trust. They handle everything from yard leaks and slab leaks to tunnel work, and they're specialists in replacing old cast iron pipe. No job is too big or too small, and their pricing stays competitive. If you're seeing signs of aging pipes, now's the time to act. Send an email to Caleb Renfro to see how Pipe and Peak can help your home.
To the top of the 5th inning we go in a game that has kind of gotten away but brought back together with some closeness here. It started off 4-0 at the end of the 1st inning, and then the Warriors ended up extending in the 2nd inning to make it 5-0 before the Volunteers chip into it with 2 runs in the top of the 3rd before leaving the bases loaded on a strikeout of Ramon Ortega, which could have given them a tied game or even a lead. And now the Warriors scored 1 in the bottom of the 4th to make the score 6-2 to start the top of the 5th inning as Maggart's back on for his 2nd full inning of work.
Well, they left a couple runners on. They've left 1, 2, 3 runners on, and that was something that that's something that right now they're down by 4. They were down by 5 until down by 3 in that last inning, and until that strikeout at the end of the end of the 4th there. The end of the 3rd when they had the players on 2nd and 3rd. That was a great opportunity, and with what we're seeing right now from Maggart, we might not see that again.
Yeah, as Raul Sanchez is in the batter's box looking at a quick 1-1 count. It's going to be the batters of Sanchez, Darian Brown in the on-deck circle, and then Jackson Turner in the hole. 8-9-1 for the Volunteers as the 1-1 was hit foul over our heads, 1-2. 1-2 count. Pitch from Maggart. The ball is hit. Good job by Sanchez to put his hands out there, and that's going to drop behind the shortstop for a single. Leadoff single for Raul Sanchez.
Hey, he just, like you said, he threw his hands out there and it popped right up over the shortstop, right? The new shortstop that made a play last inning. Old Brickman, and got a man on base that's gotten switched out with.
I have a new pinch runner for Sanchez. I can't see the number from here.
That's the first baseman.
Sturgill.
Yeah, that's it.
As Zion Sturgill is going to be the pinch runner for the Volunteers. Darian Brown's in the batter's box. 23. One foul.
Sturgill out there. Ortega's playing first today, so Sturgill's got pinch running duties.
0-1. Brown's going to drop down a bunt. That ball is going to be a good bunt. It's going to move the runner over to second as Brown's going to be out on the throw from Maggart. So it's going to be a 1-3 on the sack bunt, but it gets the runner into scoring position.
Yeah, going to the top of the lineup here. That's what you're looking for, where Jackson's already got 2 base hits, 2 doubles, as a matter of fact. Looking to add to it and become 3-3 here, seeing if he can bring Sturgill around, or at least move him forward to 3rd.
Yeah, Jackson Turner's been on, like you said, he's been on twice now with 2 doubles back to back. The second one was an RBI. The first one he should have came in and scored, but an interesting call on a sac fly called him out as the first pitch he sees from Maggart is going to be a called strike. So the runner on second, 1 away. The Volunteers are trying to chip into this lead. They got 3 innings to go to try to tie this game back up.
Oh, he hits that
That
hard.
ball is going to be foul, just foul. Just feet away from Jackson getting his third
was
base.
inches away from him having at least a double.
Yeah, because by the time we looked up, he had already rounded first. He was passing the second baseman. That was a for sure double, if not triple.
He knew exactly what he was looking for on that second pitch there. He jumped all over it. And unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, he hit it so hard, it curved out of bounds and just barely hit outside the foul line.
As we have to do it again here. It's an 0-2 to Jackson Turner. Sturgill on second, ready to run again. This ball is hit foul on home plate.
Looked like it hit on his hands inside a little bit there as Jackson.
Righty matchup there. It's interesting to go inside on that 0-2. When you've seen a guy swing a hot bat like that, I don't know why you'd want to run inside with a righty.
Yeah, and get him, have him pull it hard, have him pull it
For
hard.
another one. He's pulled one down left center that could have been a home run back at Bowie, and he hit one down right field. As that one's going to be over the head. No, Maggard's going to make a good play on the jump to get Jackson out at first and hold the runner at second. I thought it was going to get over his head, but he's got a lot of length out there.
He is got a lot of length out there. What did they have him playing prior?
He was DH in prior.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So now Jackson's out on the 1-3. First time he's been out today. Micah Couch is going to come up to bat. He got a double after Jackson's double back in the third.
Looks like he's a pretty tall pitcher. About 6'1" maybe?
Possibly. As the first pitch, eye level, sweet chin music there for Micah Couch on at the plate.
Flowing brown curly hair out of the hat there, flanging around. Trying to look like old Randy Johnson.
As that ball is going to stay fair. Stepler's giving chase. 3 people are running to it, and somebody's going to make the play. The second baseman will make the play for the Warriors as 3 Warriors surrounded that ball. On the F4, Volunteers are going to leave a runner on second. We're going to go to the bottom of the 5th, and the Volunteers need to get something going now with 2 innings left to go. We'll be back on the other side of this break with more Volunteer baseball after this.
John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Taquería Taco Express es la taquería oficial de Zach Arnold Productions. Con un amplio y auténtico menú, satisface tus antojos o prepara tu próximo evento con nosotros. Visítanos todos los martes para disfrutar de Taco Tuesday con 5 tacos y un agua fresca por solo $10. Para encontrar sucursales cercanas o hacer pedidos en línea, visita taqueriatacoexpress.com.
To the bottom of the 5th inning we go here at South Grand Prairie High School, and Andrew Vega's back on the mound for another inning of work. As the Volunteers need to do something to get going here. They had one really good inning. They've left 4 runners stranded on base tonight, as they need to try to get something going here. A quick shutdown inning from Vega would get the hot bats back up to bat. But we're going to see Michael Maggart, the pitcher, is going to be batting, help his own cause. He was batting in the 6th spot. Behind him, Brandon Mountcastle and I believe Juan Ramirez, who was playing short, who is now at third, will be the 6, 7, 8 batters for the Warriors. As Maggart swinging at a breaking ball low and away, strike 1.
Right, he's already flew out and then hit into a double play against Vega. Let's see if Vega can continue that streak here.
As the 0-1 misses somewhere, 1-1. Good placement by Sanchez.
A lot of oohs and ahs on that pitch by the,
it's like the
Volunteer faithful over
here. It's like
here.
the old mattress firm commercial. 1-1.
And see, that looked maybe it's an outside breaking ball that we're not seeing from this angle or vantage point.
As the 2-1, that one's going to run away from 3-1. And that's kind of demoralizing for Vega, because you want to pitch inside, you want to pitch over the plate. When you have calls that are some here and there calls, it makes it harder for a pitcher to kind of spot his target.
Right.
As the 3-1 to Maggart, that ball is going to be hit high out towards the outfield. Piper's giving chase. He doesn't need to anymore because Brown's underneath it for out number 1. Piper's hat came off. He was hauling for that ball.
Well, Darian didn't necessarily call it out there, and then he kind of overran it.
He's probably smiling too. Like,
I know, like, what's going on here, guys?
You gave good chase, but I've already got it.
Yeah.
As Brandon Mountcastle, the right fielder, is going to come up to bat now. He is 1 for 2, got a 2-run single back in the first.
Then hit to a 5-3. put out.
5 they put out to start the third inning.
And that's
As he's going to hit that ball, it is going to be Piper's giving chase this time, and it's going to end up dropping between him and Couch for a base hit. That's going to be an probably E7, as Couch lost it somewhere, and Mountcastle gets into second. Piper gave chase this time, but he was called off by the left fielder, Couch, and Couch wasn't able to make the play.
well, Isaiah Piper's got to take charge in that situation. He's got to take charge in that situation. If you look at that play, Isaiah was the closest to that ball.
All right, he was the closest
Yeah,
to it.
Florentino had to make a run all the way over from almost hugging the line over there in left field, whereas Isaiah Piper, it was more center, left center than it was left field. So I don't know why that was even a call.
As the first pitch swing in there by Juan Ramirez, it's going to be a 6-3 ground out. It was hit to Jackson Turner. Mountcastle is going to scamper over to third. But like you were saying, though, Couch was in left field. Piper was under the ball, but Couch called him off, and he just lost it somewhere as he was trying to catch it. It fell right between him. And it's going to go on an error on the. It should go as an error to the outfielder,
yeah.
but they put it as a hit on the scoreboard.
Mm.
But the either way, now runners at third with 2 away. As the new batter Brickman is batting for Bazan here.
Yeah, maybe they're calling it that way because nobody touched it, and then he called him off, and he just didn't get to it.
That could be it.
Mm-hmm.
Good fastball there on the 1-0 from Vega. So it's 1-1 to Brickman. First plate appearance for him. As Vega doesn't get the call there, 2-1. Brickman took over at short as Vasquez, the starting third baseman, was pulled somewhere in the third inning after giving up 2 errors, and Brickman's gonna make a use of his opportunity to swing. Hits that ball between Piper and Couch, all the way out to left center. Couch is gonna get to it, but Brickman's gonna get in with an RBI double. Brickman making use of his name, Cash Money.
Yeah, that's the second time here that we've seen him make a play defensively in the hole, making a good throw for a third out with a backhand slide to make a play in the field, but then also up here in the batter's box, coming through with a RBI double here to push the score 7-2.
Yeah, it's 7-2 now, and then Dalen Brooks is gonna be the new batter. He's 3 for 3. He's been on a tear with 2 singles and a double. First pitch to Brooks, outside, ball 1.
Yeah, I can't see him bunting here.
No, he's not. He's not gonna bunt, not with 2 outs.
The leadoff hitter here at the top of the lineup. Usually they'll have him lay down a bunt or do something crazy, but he drives this one hard down the left field line here.
That ball hit off his dugout. His team had to try to duck.
Watch your neck.
1-1 to Dalen Brooks, the center fielder. He's 3 for 3, 2 singles and a double. All 3 times he's gone on base, he scored a run. And Brickman's at second, 2 away, and the 1-1's gonna miss outside, 2-1. Can't see if anybody's in the bullpen for the Volunteers. Since the bullpen's on the other side of us, to the other side of the dugout. Just, I don't know, probably 20 feet away from here. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 away in the bottom of the 5th inning. As that's gonna be hit foul, 2-2. Officer back there didn't even flinch. Standing right behind the net.
Yeah, he's like, ain't gonna hit me.
2-2 count, 2 away. 7-2 is the score. Warriors lead over the Volunteers.
As Brooks looks to try and add to this lead here.
As he's going to put a big pop into that one. He might be adding to it. Depends. It is off the wall, the bottom of the wall. Piper's not going to get to it. It's going to roll away from Piper and Brown. Brooks already rounded second, go to third. Brooks is going home. And the throw from Jackson Turner. Play the play. And he's going to get in with the infield home run. Dalen Brooks. Jackson had a good throw, but Sanchez was far off the bag. Infield home run, 9-2. What speed. I told you earlier, Cameron, that he played quarterback and he had a lot of a lot of interesting moments on the field, on the gridiron. But man, he took that speed from the football field and shows why he runs a 4-second 40.
I mean, he hit the ball a ton. It hits off the bottom of the fence here, all the way at about 353 straightaway center or right center almost, and it hits off the bottom of the fence and caroms all the way back to center field where Isaiah Piper had to track it down. And by the time he got it into Jackson Turner, Brooks was already rounding third, coming in for the score easily on a throw by Jackson Turner.
Yeah, Jackson made a good throw from short as Lucio's already looking at a quick 0-2. Jackson made a good throw from short, but Sanchez was nowhere near home. So when Jackson had the throw, Brooks was already coming in. It was going to be too late. It took, like you said, it hit so far at the bottom off the outfield wall that Piper had to chase it down back towards center.
Exactly.
As Lucio swinging now, he's looking at an 0-2 as the 0-2 pitch can get away from Vega. Going to bounce towards the backstop, 1-2.
That is such a deflating play there for the Volunteers, who were looking at a 5-2 score. Now, after this inning, this inning and the last inning, where the Warriors have added 4 points on the scoreboard, making the score 2-9. Trying to end this game early here in Arlington or Grand Prairie.
Lucio's gonna end his at bat early on the strikeout there. He chased on something far and away. It's the second strikeout of the night. That's gonna take us to the top of the sixth inning, and this game escalated really quickly for against the Volunteers. 9-2. We'll step aside to bring you the top of the sixth after this. This is Volunteer Baseball presented by John Wade Roofing.
Field Ops North Texas is the trusted name in athletic field marketing for schools, teams, leagues, and tournaments. They even do commercial landscaping. The better question is, what can't they do? With fast turnaround times and proven expertise, they make sure your grounds look unbeatable every time. Call 817-908-2194 to find out more. Looking for a plumber you can rely on? Pipe and Peak handles all your residential plumbing needs. From tunneling and slab leaks to camera inspection and sewer repair, and even cast iron replacement. They offer competitive pricing and now offer financing to make repairs easier to manage. Family owned and trusted for over 16 years, they treat every home like their own. Call 817-807-7069 to get your free quote and get your plumbing handled right.
To the top of the sixth inning, and the Volunteers' playoff hopes are slowly dwindling away as they came into this game needing to sweep the South Grand Prairie Warriors. They are looking at a 9-2 deficit with 2 innings left to go. But we're going to get the 3, 4, 5 batters up to bat for the Volunteers. Christian Uribe, Ramon Ortega, and Andrew Vega. 3, 4, 5 to take on Michael Maggart. As Uribe looks at a breaking pitch that's going to find the zone, strike one. It was 5-2 after the third inning when the Volunteers had an explosive 2-run third inning before striking out with the bases loaded. And then this last inning here on the bottom of the fifth, 3 runs came across the score as Uribe swings and misses on a strike there on the 0-1s, now 0-2. After that 2-run inside the park home run from Dalen Brooks. Showing his speed. That's what we saw a lot during football season. You got a chance to see it here during baseball season. 0-2. Swung on and missed on a breaking pitch, nowhere close. Strike out for Michael Maggart. First strikeout of the night against Christian Uribe. Out number 1. As Ramon Ortega is going to come up to bat here with 1 away in the top of the 6th. As the first pitch hit straight back to Maggart. Catches it. He's got a lot of length up there on the mound. Catches it in his glove. Gets it to Shepler. 1 pitch, 1 out. Now 2 away in the top of the 6th. As Vega is going to come up to bat now. He is 0 for 2. After that 1-3, the first pitch to Vega is called strike one. 0-1. Swung on and missed again. 0-2. Quick 0-2 to Andrew Vega. 0-2 from Maggart. The ball's hit. It is out of play. Out of play. Shepard gives a good chase over at first base, though, but it's going to get too far out. So another chance here to stay alive for Vega. 0-2 count. 2 outs. Top of the sixth inning. Vega's 0 for 2 on the mound. Steps up, crowds the plate. The 0-2 breaks inside. Ball one. Vega grounded into a double play in the second inning. As the 0-2 finds the zone, Vega didn't like that pitch, but it's a call that the Warriors have gotten all night. That is the second strikeout of the inning for Maggart, and that's going to be 3 up, 3 down. Going to the bottom of the sixth inning we go. The Warriors trail 9-2. Right back after this for more Volunteers baseball.
Looking for the most unique gift for your student or athlete? Local Legends Figures has you covered. The custom 6-inch figures are designed with you and your legend in mind. They even immortalize yours truly with a custom, never-before-used model to create a Zach the Voice figure for my 30th birthday. Huge thanks to our friends at Local Legends Figures. See pricing and place orders at locallegendsfigures.com.
Pools in Texas need servicing all year long. At Rami Pools, LLC, we provide quality pool services such as cleaning, maintenance, and repairs. So call 469-951-0107 for a free estimate and ask for Roberto. Rami Pools, LLC. We're going to make you fall in love with your pool again. Hablamos español.
Back here at South Grand Prairie. I'm sorry, folks, I'm coughing because they're in the top of the sixth inning. As we always do, me and Cameron were together. We also try the hot dogs from the ballparks we visit. Cameron, there in the top of the sixth inning, goes and gets a hot dog. They make the announcement during the break that grilled items are now $1. Cameron just paid full price for 3 hot dogs.
It ain't like they broke the bank or nothing.
As,
So.
as Cameron now is back on the mic, he enjoyed his hot dog. Cameron, you had a chance to get a South Grand Prairie dog. What do you think?
It would have been better if it was $1, but it was good though. It was actually pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I'd have to say a good 7.5. I'll take it.
How would you rate it to the Birdville dog?
Oh, that Burville dog was, but see, that's the thing. That Burville dog was a hot link. That was the first time, and that's what I found out. That was the first time that they had actually made them hot links, and I really enjoyed that one. That was probably out of this year, that was probably a good 9.
Shout out to the Birdville hot link concessions guy. We had that hot link during tournament play covering the Arlington Colts, and ever since then we've kind of gone to all these different ballparks trying to figure out if we can recreate it. I haven't gotten close yet.
Nope, not yet. I mean, what's his name tried? Arlington's dogs are pretty good, and Bowie's dogs are pretty good as well.
As we're now going to the bottom of the sixth inning, I have a pitching change for you on the mound, folks, and let me tell you who it is, but let me tell you about our sponsors that sponsor all of our pitching changes. It is Pipe and Peak Plumbing. They sponsor all pitching changes this year. They've been in business for over a decade. They are sponsoring our pitching change. Make sure you call them 817-807-7069. Micah Couch is coming out of left field. Get on the mound for the Volunteers, and the first batter he faces is Zach Shepler, who looks at a ball that he hits foul for strike one.
Right. They just moved a couple of guys over as Jackson Turner goes to center, and then Isaiah Piper from center over to left. And then
Vega's going to short.
Yeah, Vega moves right over to shortstop. So it's not too many different changes out here, just a little bit of a change.
As Shepler's looking at a 1-1 after that pitch was a called ball. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Zach Shepler, who hits that ball down the line, left field. It's going to be fouled down, out of play. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Shepler, who's had a good night already. He bunted. He got walked back in first. He got intentionally walked on the batter interference
Mm-hmm.
when the backswing hit Sanchez. So he's been on base twice, and he flew out to left field back in the fourth on a great play by Couch, who caught one over the shoulder. As the 1-2 misses away, 2-2. As the Volunteers have one more chance to bat against the Warriors here, top of the seventh inning. As the 2-2 misses, 3-2, the Warriors are an inning away from being outright district champions for the first time since 2022, but they've shared the district title 24 and 25. Shepard's going to get on base there. Free pass, ball four.
Second. His second walk of the game. One was an interference, and now this one with the base on balls, leaving them at what, 1-1?
He walked back in the first. He
Right.
said the second one was interference.
Mm-hmm.
He is 0
0-1.
1 because he flew out to Couch on that great play
Mm-hmm.
over the shoulder. Alex Rios, number 23, is going to pinch run for Shepler. This is the final season of District 8 6A for schools as they were moved to District 3 6A.
Mm-hmm.
Starting next season, they will join the teams of Aledo, Granbury, and Weatherford. So we'll be going out west next season for football and baseball. It's be a lot of driving. Hopefully gas goes down soon. As Guerrero is going to step into the batter's box for his fourth plate appearance. First pitch to him is a ball. Going to miss somewhere low. He reached base back in the first inning on an error. On a chance to, on an error on Martinez when they're trying to get double play.
Right.
Back in the second, he walked, and
Mm-hmm.
then in the fourth, he got an RBI single.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been a very productive batter in the cleanup spot for the South Grand Prairie Warriors.
Well, that still just makes him 1-1 though, right?
He is 1-1. That is correct, sir.
Mm-hmm.
As he's looking at a 2-0 count. So Couch is throwing 1 strike. It's coming in out of left field. And that ball is going to get past Uribe out to left field. They're going to call it fair. It looked like it
Yeah.
was foul, but they're going to call it
No.
fair. The Rio's going to be held up at third. That's going to be a double. Guerrero.
I got a good bird's eye view of it, and it hit right inside the line, probably about a good 2-3 inches inside of that line, and made it all the way out there to Isaiah Piper, moving our pinch runner, Alex Rios, over to third. Now we have a man on second and third here with 0 outs at the bottom of the sixth.
And it's the way we are looking here. If the Warriors score 3 runs, I believe the game will be over, as it'll be a 10-run deficit that the Volunteers won't be able to come up to match in the top of the seventh as Burtman swings and misses on a beautiful pitch there by Couch.
That was a
0-1.
beautiful pitch by Couch. Nice breaking ball.
I guess you'd say game-ending run is the one in the batter's box. As one run's going to come into the score, Uribe is going to fire that ball past Ortega as the runner's going to scamper from second to third on what should have been a fielder's choice. Going to end up being an error on Uribe. That's a play he should make.
Pushing our base runner over to third,
Or I
and
guess
now we got runners on the corners.
That is the play we expect him at least to make. So that's going to be an E5 as Rios, the runner for Shepard, is going to come in and score.
He did. In the bottom of the fourth, he charged on one and made a really good throw to end the inning in the bottom of the fourth that we didn't get opportunity to tell you about. Unfortunately, on this play here, he threw it a little bit low, and Ortega couldn't come up with the low throw there where it went up under his mitt there, and Brickman's down or Berkman is down at first on the E5. Now we have runners on the corners for our.
That's Carson Vasquez. He was the game's original third baseman. He has come up to bat here. He's had time to sit down. after getting pulled from the infield when he had 2 errors back in the 3rd inning. First pitch he sees is a called ball on the outside, ball 1. Going to make up for it here. He's going to hit that ball towards short. Vega's going to get it, fire to first, and in time, but 1 run's going to score. So the score is now 11-1 on the fielder's choice.
You mean 11-2?
11-2. I'm sorry, on the fielder's choice there. 6-3. But now we have a runner at second. That is Isaac Bertman. He would be the game's ending run if he comes around to score. Brandon Mountcastle is coming up to bat here. He is 2 for 3 as the first pitch from Couch is going to get away from Sanchez. Ball 1.
As Bertman moves over to third.
Bertman moves over the third, and
with the potential game ending.
As the Warriors will get ready to party here, they are 1 run away from being district champions of 8-6A, because nothing the Arlington Colts can do now, thanks to the loss on Friday, can prevent them from ending up in a tie. Colts will play tomorrow. Zach will be on the call at Martin High School. I believe I'm on the call with him tomorrow. Be me and Zach tomorrow, as that ball's going to be over the head. But good play by Sanchez, though, to get that in time. Hit so hard over Mountcastle's head off the backstop that Sanchez was able to get it and get back home safely. 3-0 count to Brandon Mountcastle.
You do not want to lose a game on a pass ball.
As he's going to drop down a bunt, pull it back in time. Doesn't matter. Strike 1 either way.
All right. I told you earlier in the game when Vega had got behind in the count 3-0, 3-1, they actually pulled out the fake bunt to kind of distract him a little bit and try and draw that walk.
But now it's a full count here. The walk is still in play for Mountcastle. So he reaches the base twice safely. As he is going to reach base the 3rd time now, as that ball is going to skip in front of Sanchez for ball 4. The game's winning run is at at 3rd base. That is Isaac Bertman. Brandon Mountcastle's at first. 1 out has already been 1 out already in the bottom of the 6th. And Coach Johnson is going to go have a word with his pitcher, Micah Couch. Folks, if we get to that point with 1 run left to go before this game possibly ends, let us say about our sponsor, John Wade Roofing. They sponsor our post-game show. John Sr., he played for Arlington High. He was a team MVP in 1976. He also played for TCU and UTA football, earning all conference and conference champion honors. After a stint with the Houston Oilers, he started roofing in 1982 and never looked back. His legacy on the gridiron is now matched by the legacy the company has built in the community for over 40 years. So the next time you need roofing needs, gutters, painting, solar, or more, call the family that does more. 817-265-5520. John Wade Roofing. They sponsor our post-game show. Depending how this inning goes, I don't think the Volunteers have a chance to bat in the top of the 7th. I believe the game does end if a run comes across here for the Warriors.
Right.
These 2 teams will play again Friday at the ballpark on Bowie, as long as it doesn't rain between now and then. The Volunteers were looking to try to get big series wins, as the runner's going to take off for a second. He's going to get in there safely. Looking to get big series wins to try to get into the playoffs for back-to-back seasons. It is not looking like that is going to happen, folks, because they are 1 run away from being eliminated officially for playoff contention. South Grand Prairie will lock up the number 1 seed. As we heard earlier, they might be playing Irvin MacArthur as one of the potential teams for the playoffs, which will start next week. That will be all determined this weekend, as that ball's going to be hit past Uribe, and the game's ending run is going to come in to score, as the South Grand Prairie Warriors are your District 8-6A champions. In the final season of District 8-6A, they are going to be district champions, and the Volunteers will be officially eliminated from playoffs, as it is going to be the end of the game here, folks, at South Grand Prairie High School. We'll step aside. We'll be right back. We'll bring you the John Wade Roofing postgame show, and we will wrap up while the Warriors party here at South Grand Prairie. We'll be right back.
John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and Company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades, and they're looking forward to serving this community for decades to come. Find out more at johnwaderoofing.com.
Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to hear Zach talk about things beyond the realm of sport, catch him with me, Ben Hart, on the Intergalactic Peace Coalition podcast. For nearly a decade, we've been geeking out on IPC about our favorite nerdy things. We have a back catalog of over 350 episodes diving into sci-fi and fantasy stories like no one else. Find the Intergalactic Peace Coalition at ipcpodcast.podbean.com or download via your favorite podcast app.
As we're back here at South Grand Prairie High School, the South Grand Prairie Warriors are your District 8-6A champions for the year of 2026 for the fourth time in 5 years. They will at least get a share of the district championship. This year, they will be outright champions as the Arlington Colts, with the loss on Friday that they had to Grand Prairie High School 4-2, puts them out of contention. They needed the Warriors to lose both games, and the Colts needed to win both games versus Martin this week to at least clinch a potential share of the district championship. That is not going to happen. For the Bowie Volunteers, they are officially eliminated from the playoffs in a season that had a lot of expectations. They had a lot of returning players from last year's playoff team like Jackson Turner, Christian Uribe, and Ramon Ortega. But this team will fall short of expectations. Cam, you got a chance to see this team a lot, the Bowie Volunteers. We'll see them again Friday. What are your takeaways from tonight and the season in general for the Volunteers?
Well, they got into a lot of trouble early. They weren't able to dig out of that hole. They had opportunities in the third, and unfortunately they didn't capitalize. And that was something that I think that was a big turning point when Ramon Ortega didn't, deliver with a man in scoring position, 2 men in scoring positions. That would have brought the game to at least a 4-5 score, and it would have put a lot more pressure on the South Grand Prairie defense. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, and the South Grand Prairie team came out and broke the game wide open in the 4th, 5th, and now in the 6th.
Yeah, it was a game that had a lot of interesting turnarounds. It started off good for the Volunteers. They got a leadoff double from Jackson Turner, and then he ended up getting part of the sack fly double play by being called out. They said he didn't tag up, which that would have been a run that the Volunteers could have used in the bottom of the first inning. They had a chance to get out of the inning, but an error on Jose Martinez getting the ball to Jackson Turner for this 4-6-3 double play. The error helped the Warriors continue that inning, and they ended up going on to score 4 runs in the bottom of the first. In an inning that could have been shut down completely with just 1 run coming across. So
right.
That there was kind of the turn. That 4-1 first inning was hard for them to overcome.
Well, I mean, when you look at it, you look at what DeLeon Brooks did, where he had a double, he had a double, 2 singles, a stolen base. He scored on every at bat, and then the last one he had a home run. So when you look at their leadoff hitter as opposed to what the Volunteers did in certain situations, like you had RBIs all through the South Grand Prairie batting order. Even down in the bottom of the batting order had RBIs. So you're looking at, one extreme to the other.
Yeah, and kind of to go off to that point, both teams' leadoff hitters did really well. Jackson Turner went 2 for 3. He had 2 doubles, and he came across the score in the 3rd inning. He had an RBI in the 3rd inning. He should have came across the score in the 1st, but that's a different conversation for a different day. But he ended up going 2 for 3. Dalen Brooks, like you said, he went 4 for 4. A double, 2 singles, and that 2-run inside the park home run back in the 5th inning. But going down the lineup, once you get to 4, 5, 6, and 7, some things didn't really click for the Volunteers. Guys at the bottom of the lineup, like Adam Fiorentino, he got a double. Raul Sanchez got a single. He moved a runner around with the sac bunt. Darian Brown did the same thing, moved a runner around with the sac bunt. But that middle of the lineup there just shows a big difference between what the Warriors did and the Volunteers did. And like you said, to bring it all full circle, the third inning there, the Volunteers had a chance to tie it up with 2 runners on, or at least to try to cut into the lead even more. With 2 runners on a 3-2 count, Romano Ortega strikes out on a ball that would have been a clear ball, and he would have loaded the bases for the Volunteers to bring up Vega. And that not saying that's what ended the game or turned it around. The first innings what really turned it around for the Warriors and made the lead too far to catch. But the game was put harder out of reach at that point.
Well, when you come in and, of course, like we said, you have runners in score position, you got to capitalize, because that opportunity didn't come anymore after that. In the first inning, 3 up, 3 down. In the second inning, 3 up, 3 down. In the fourth inning, 3 up, 3 down. In the fifth inning, 4 up, 3 down. In the sixth inning, 3 up, 3 down. When you string those type of innings together, and that's credit to the South Grand Prairie team as well. When you string those type of innings together, that's demoralizing for an offense.
Yeah, and it is. And all you can do with your Volunteers now that you're eliminated from the playoffs is you go out on Friday, you go fight to end your season on a win, on a positive note. Seniors,
Absolutely.
You have 6 or 7 seniors on this team. Send them out happy and get ready to rebuild for next year. Guys like Jackson Turner, he's a senior. Christian Uribe, he's a senior. But then you want to make sure that
Roman Ortega,
he's a junior. He'll be back next year.
Oh, okay.
So you want to make sure guys like that who come back next year, like Ortega, they're set up with the opportunity of okay, we ended the season 4 of our last 6 were wins, because you came in 4 of the last 5 were wins, I believe. You lost today, make it 5 of the last 7 for wins. That's something to build off of for next year that Coach Johnson can use as a turning point for his team. We will be all together, I believe, on Friday at the ballpark at Bowie. Zach will be on the call tomorrow for Arlington. Martin, I'll be on the call with him. And then Friday, Zach will be on the call for Martin at Arlington, 2 teams that are fighting for playoff spots. So until tomorrow, we will see you around, folks. Have a good night. Arlington and Grand Prairie, drive home safely. And the South Grand Prairie Warriors are your district champions of 8-6A. Cameron, what you got?
I just want to say one more time, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for listening. I appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight. I appreciate everybody that comes back and listens to us and comments. Make sure that you do. We're really close to 1,000 subscribers here at the Zap Network, so make sure you comment, like, subscribe, share, do everything that you want to do with that with the channel here, because we'll be here Friday. We'll be here for all of the playoffs for Arlington, and I wish you guys the best out there in baseball world.
We got one more chance to be together, guys. With Chaz on my right and Cameron on my left, I am Jason. I am signing off for the night. We will all see you Friday at the ballpark on Bowie. Until then, the final score, South Grand Prairie 12, the Volunteers 2, district champions, South Grand Prairie Warriors. The Bowie Volunteers eliminated this season. We will see you on Friday.